all of the dreams I'd make believe, thinking of sights I'll never see. I'm chasing a picture printed in my head. There's no time left. Images no one's ever made, colors I never could create. But if I could go back to this scene again for one more breath, taking every chance, I'ma give my all. We've been lost so many years. I can see my soul through a different lens, and the focus crystal clear. You know I'm taking my shot, and I'm coming ready or not. You know I'm taking my shot, and there's no way I'll ever stop. You know I'm taking my shot. Deep in my heart I feel the notes, singing the songs I've always known. I'm riding a road I never thought I'd find, no words describe. Illuminate this world for me, so many places out of reach. We've opened a story that's been brought to life. It's ours tonight, taking every chance. I'ma give my all. We've been lost so many years. I can see my soul through a different lens, and the focus crystal clear. You know I'm taking my shot, and I'm coming ready or not. You know I'm taking my shot, and there's no way I'll ever stop. You know I'm taking my shot, and I'm coming ready or not. You know I'm taking my shot, and there's no way I'll ever stop. You know I'm taking my shot. You know there's more to the chapter, out on the edge of the darkest day, to be the ultimate master. I'll take my story to any place. Jumped in a race, I was born to run. Fresh out the gate, I'm not looking backwards. Till you're my name through the stadiums. When I'm gone, I'll never be gone. I'm on my way, a destiny old as the sun. Legendary adventure, out in the wild to prove myself. This power too out of measure. I go to battle, don't need no help. Jumped in a race, I was born to run. Fresh out the gate, I'm not looking backwards. Till you're my name through the stadiums. When I'm gone, straight to the top. Declare, but I know that I'll be the one.
What is up, my turtles? My name is Jimmy, also known as Jimmy Tortuga, and welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic Tuesday. I'm tired, but it's all good and everything. I'm going to turn at least my audio down a little bit. Let me know if the music is going to be a little louder than normal. But we're doing a kind of impromptu multi with Chaos today. I hope you guys are doing very, very well today. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit more, but yeah, we should be good. We're only going to focus on one game today, because reasons, and yeah. But what's up, everybody? Yo, what's up, Wolfos? What's up, Chaos? What's up, Nika, Kong? How you doing? I hope everybody is having an absolutely fantastic day. We'll actually be unmuting and doing just kind of a hangout with Chaos and everything. Yo, what's up, Warrior Goddess? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, friend. So, I guess without further ado, we can do some Camp Yoha Shiny Hunting and whatnot. We're going to continue just on one screen today. We're going to continue for our Dupiter, and I am going to unmute now. So, I'm going to go say hi, and it's impromptu. Wow.
Whoa, out of nowhere, it's kind of fun.
It's out of nowhere. Did I do out of nowhere? I don't know. I don't know what I did. I gathered eggs before I started streaming.
That's cool. Well, it's breeding. Shiny first encounter? Yeah. So you're going for Dupiter today, eh?
I'm going for Dupiter today. Just Dupiter. I wasn't in the mood to do double hunting. It's a lot of concentration. Have you played 2 games at once?
Yes.
It's a lot of concentration.
A series on it. A Nuzlocke series on it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Where's my cake? Your cake's in the mail. It's always in the mail. Yo, grubbin'. Yo, you got a shiny grubbin' already? Yo, let's go.
No.
So
I'm helping Jimmy out, I guess, with this. I just kind of streaming together kind of deal.
Yeah.
But I'm technically going for grubbin because that's what I said it would be. So that's why the prediction's there.
Prediction
Also,
there.
Did you know that Sheets has an exclusive flavor of G Fuel?
Who does?
Sheets.
Sheets?
The gas station Sheets has an exclusive G Fuel flavor.
I don't even know what that gas station is. We don't have that around here.
Okay, well, it's more southern. But they have a can of G Fuel called Red Licorice.
Oh wow.
That is exclusive.
That actually sounds good.
I had to get gas today, so I stopped and got.
Yeah, I mean, I had to get gas too, but my new job money hasn't kicked in yet, so. You know, I would have been very, very upset if that was the shiny. Cake, yeah,
like,
you haven't received your cake, yeah. That would have been amazing. That would have been like exactly like just my luck.
What? Like second egg?
No, first egg.
Yeah. Surprised with the bonus stream, I was too. He was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, "I can do 2 episodes of Heart Gold before 7 o'clock. Like that's not a problem. I haven't recorded today, so
you haven't recorded today.
No.
Oof.
I'm probably gonna end up doing it tomorrow.
It's all right. That's your choice. You know you didn't have to.
Yeah.
I think I said that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say no to a multi. I don't get a chance to hang out very often, so.
No.
So,
Jimmy aren't working on content together. We don't get a chance to hang out often.
Not really.
Especially when raging at Star Fox.
Raging as Star Fox or OOTR. Cake.
I did that the other day. I think I did that yesterday when I was doing Skyward Sword. I'm like, I was doing we completed the temple, and I was gonna be like, mission complete. I'm like, we're not playing Star Fox.
We're not playing Star Fox, no. We're not playing Star Fox. That's great. Oh my
So if you
gosh.
want to explain what the Camp Yoha thing is to my viewers, that'd be probably good.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's just a shiny competition. There's specific targets. I can talk. I'm trying to talk too fast. There's specific targets that are given to us. How they're picked, I'm not 100% sure. If it's just random, words is the command. Chaos.
No.
Talk? Okay. No.
Right.
But basically, we have 3 days to go after those targets. After 3 days, the targets change. And basically, it's just a friendly competition to see which cabin can get the most shinies before the end of camp. I think it's a 12-day long thing. 4 3-hour days hunt. 3 days hunts, if that makes sense.
4 hunts. So you get 4 hunts that span over
4
3
hunts
days in a
over
row.
3 days, and there's 5 targets, I think, this time.
So what are your current targets?
Grubbin and an Araquanid, or Dupiter in this case, has no reason whatsoever. It's not because they're on my PDL team or anything.
They aren't mine. But one of them is.
No, they
I'm not
both are.
hunting that one though,
I was
and they're
gonna
not.
say they're both.
And even if I find it, it's not gonna join. They're both on yours. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're both on mine.
I forgot
So
we
that's
both had
why I chose
Araquanid.
those. Yeah, yeah. I haven't used either of them yet. I've also only had one match that I still need to edit, and I haven't had time because job. But yeah, when's our multi? August.
I was gonna be like, hey, you know, I could give you an Araquanid because I've, you know, bred them for
Or
my
Tuesday. Yeah.
team. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I like the ball that the Dupiter is in versus the one that the Grubbin was in. I didn't realize the Grubbin was in a great ball, and I'm like, ugh, that wouldn't look good with Vikavolt.
No, not really.
So.
Cause that's it's see, cause I blame Dan because I don't know what its shiny actually is. So I'm like, is it purple? I'm like, that's not the right one. It's the gray
No,
one. Right?
it's not purple. It's the green and white one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the green and white one.
I-
Still a
Dan got me
very
confused.
clean shiny, but
It is. It's very fun. I haven't
yeah.
hunted that. I need to do that. It's kind of why I want one.
I want to. That's next on my target. See, my only concern about this this camp thing is that if I don't get either of these hunts, both of these end up on hold because the targets change after 3 days.
Right.
So
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
yeah, so
Thank you for boosting.
that's kind of why I wanted to stop doing 2 hunts at the same time.
Just get one.
And just kind of focus on one because I mean we've been live 13 minutes. I've already done 15 eggs.
Yeah.
So like about an egg a minute. I was not doing that yesterday.
Yeah, the typical rate that I found is about 100 per hour, and that depends on like obviously if they're pseudo legendaries. So I
Yeah,
remember doing Dragapult in Dreepy, and I got it like 312 eggs, but it took me like 5 hours.
Yeah,
to
it
do
took you a while because I
Yeah.
mean, egg-wise, it was a really good hunt, but yeah, time-wise, it took a while.
So is everybody in your cabin doing the same hunt, or is it? Different?
I mean, they're going after each of the different targets, but
Okay.
the targets are same throughout the entire camp, regardless of cabin. Good luck in the Dupiter. Hopefully, I get Scyther before you get the Dupiter. Hey, I wish you guys nothing but the best. I want you guys to get shinies. I just want to get more.
Right. So it changes every 3 days. So are they like hunting your next target? Like let's say Pikachu, Caterpie, and Rookie D are in the next one.
Correct.
Would that be your next, or are the next cabin over hunting those right now?
No. Everybody's hunting the same thing right now. Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the targets are Dupiter, Vikavolt, Scyther, and there's 2 more?
Cutie Fly and Combee, and then any of the evolution lines. Any of them.
Anything in the evolutionary lines, right?
And you can do, it has to be in Sword and Shield, and you can do whatever method you want.
Can I contribute my points if I find a full-out shiny Grubbin?
I don't know. I don't think so, because you didn't sign up for camp.
You're
But,
technically
yeah.
streaming you're streaming it though.
Yeah,
I can just
I'm
send to
streaming
you.
it, but I have to, it has to be my OT, though.
Well,
So let me
just
catch it.
restart. Let me restart the game and
Yeah, let me catch it.
just restart the game. Change
Yeah,
my
what
name.
cabins are you guys in?
I'm in
I
no
see
cabin.
you both are going for Scyther, Matt and Goddess here. Decidueye, okay.
Right.
Yeah, there's Decidueye, Greninja, Garchomp, and Luxray. I am in Luxray.
Pretty cool. You're in my arch nemesis cabin.
Yeah,
I hate their luxury.
but
I'm gonna say because yellow shinies hate me. Don't look at the don't look at the 25 laddies on the screen, but the yellow shinies hate me.
and Goddess is in Luxray with the shiny Shinx there. That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I hate Shinx now.
But yeah, I
hate
know.
when-
I hear you. I forget what mine took. It wasn't as long as yours, but mine was a while too. 2,000. I know yours was like 5, and then you finally
Yeah.
hatched for it, and you're like, I'm done.
40 eggs. 40 eggs.
Yeah, 40 eggs.
I'm like, that's
Boom.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. It'd be funny if the last week was the 4 Pokemon that are representing the cabins,
Yeah.
like the last 3 days.
Matt literally just said that. I'm assuming cabin mascots will be one of the ones at some point. It's like that would be a pretty good one. I would go for Shinx. I would probably do that in the wild. That gives me an excuse to
Charm.
to mark on it. Although the weather has to be right, and you can't switch your days.
You can't switch the. Oh, that's.
Yeah,
annoying.
they double check the days, just because
Right.
potential cheaters and whatnot. So
Well, they
I'd
should have
have to
thought
do
about
that.
that.
Nika with the shiny luck. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the shiny like Wolfos. Yeah. Just change the cabin halfway through.
Oh
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
Froakie isn't in Sword and Shield. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Oh,
Just
well,
one.
rip.
I did a 3. I think I would hunt Garchomp. Just because Gible. Sorry.
Gible. Well, you got to be
Yeah.
careful with that one because that's Shield exclusive. I mean, I'm covered.
I would do an egg. Yeah. I'm Masuda.
Well, I figured. I think Masuda is the best method in this case, just because Dynamax adventures take forever, and
right.
wild encounters are just broken. So, yeah.
Right. Says the guy who's full on shiny hunting wild encounters.
Right. Nerve Herder, thank you so much for the shiny lock. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you guys are part of that community, this is run by Tiller. I'm doing the challenge he had before this, the one where you go around every route, find a shiny. I took it another step and
Yeah.
doing it full odds and restarted my game, and I'm gonna play through with the team I get.
That's awesome, actually. I think that's cool. So you're
Right,
doing...
I'm not gonna do it on stream, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do it. It'll be shiny like Nico. You had a question.
Yeah. Kong with the shiny lock, thank you so much. Did I have a question? I don't remember.
So you're doing some.
Oh yeah, you're doing the great. You're doing the Great Gala race, or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever it was called.
Great
Great
Galar shiny.
shiny race or something like that.
Yep.
I was doing that with Bree.
Right.
I'm just kind of waiting on her. You know, we're waiting on each other as we get shinies.
Yeah,
So
I'm kind
she's
of
stuck on the wild area. Last I knew, she was at like 950 encounters.
Oh yeah, she got a Chudo on Route 2, right? Or did she get something different? Last I knew, she was hunting on Route 2.
What did she get in Route 2? She got a Hoot Hoot in Route 2.
Oh,
165.
It's on Route. Oh, it's on Route 2. Yes.
It is on
yes,
Route
so
2. Yes. Yeah.
I can get the grubbing on this
Yo,
route.
what's up,
and then get
Senpai?
Hoodoo.
How you doing? Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I got Choodle on Route 2.
Yeah.
407 encounters. Now again, this
Well,
is with
you-
Shiny Charm, so.
And you've done 500. You've done the 500 KOs on it too, right?
Yes, I have.
You've hunted it before.
Because that
Many
was the. Yeah, I did hunt it, but I egg hatched for it. So I
Oh.
didn't knock him out. I knocked him out for EV training, though. So.
Right.
Warrior got us with the shiny lock. Nika, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hunting Gobi since the weather doesn't support my cutie fly hunt. Yeah, Bree said that too. You gotta have it be in the right weather, and like I said, sadly you have to be in the right date.
Yeah, Sambo, I would love to go hunt Combi on the Honeycomb Island little thing. I think that would be a great place to hunt it. Because you can run into him, you can see male or female. So
Yeah.
then you can always just run into the female ones and leave the males alone.
And Tiller's running into both of them because they both count. Genders don't matter or nothing.
Right.
If that
Right.
Mon shines, it counts for a point for your team.
I want the female one so they can get a Vespiquen.
Right.
I'm saying. Go down.
One of the SESs that we were a part of, Nate participated, and he hatched a 0 IV across the board shiny male Combi.
That has to be hacked.
It was so hacked. It was such a troll.
No, I tell you what's funny. I did when I was doing Isle of Arm, Crown Tundra, the DLC when I was catching Mons. I caught a Tyrantrum that has a 0 HP special attack and special defense IV.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that's ridiculous. How did I get that?
Yeah. I'm on the island. I hit a Blipbug by accident. Almost had a heart attack, begging it not to be shiny. Yeah, because these phases don't count. These phases legit don't count.
See, my thing is I don't care what I get, but I'm specifically hunting Grubbin right now. That's my target for the route.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee you're gonna get Grubbin.
No. I thought it was fun, like, because I knew I wanted to stream this.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't switch eggs. Oh, I did switch eggs. Never mind. I've been hunting Blipbug with Aries and reset encounters. That's on hold now? Yeah.
Yeah. Extremely windy out. Nice. Can you confirm it's extremely windy out?
Is it? I don't know. I got headphones on. I put my old glasses on, by the way, too, because my new ones...
They suck. Dude, shiny, dang it. No. I want to...
It's just bleh. Random encounters. Random encounters. Okay. Sounds good.
That's what I'm doing.
It's like reset, random, I don't know.
Shiny Grub, come on.
Dang. Shiny Blipbug. Or no, this isn't Blipbug. We're talking about Blipbug. Now I'm thinking. I'm tired.
You think it's Blipbug? Yeah.
I'm tired.
I did think it would be fun for the community to be like, oh, let's see what shiny we're gonna get on the route. You guys can figure out, predict which one you think I'd get. I'm gonna have a target one that I want to get, and mostly because I haven't had anything of this evolutionary line, and it has like 3 really good shinies. I want it. So
I'm gonna put some points on no.
Grubbin's
or yes, rather. I'll put some points on yes.
I will say the prediction does change every. I will give your points back at the end of every stream that we don't get a shiny, but once we find the shiny, the points are done.
It's either a yes or no at that point. Yep.
Yeah.
So you just cancel the thing. Everybody gets their initial points back.
Yep.
No result.
And you put more money then.
Blipbug for one of Dan's SES. Person that got a shout out at the marks in Discord had my trainer card. Nice! Nice, Matt. That's awesome. Shiny Dupiter. I want this shiny, though. Like, legit, I want this shiny.
Right. Right.
Like, Araquanid shiny is amazing.
I have always wanted to hunt my PDL team, but as you saw with Season 5, I never got around to hunting my PDL team.
No.
I mean, I've done a few of them, because I've had done
We don't have enough time.
Trying to this season I have a shiny Rillaboom because I had one. I have a shiny Grimmsnarl. That was like my first. It's like my 3rd hunt in the game. I have a shiny I have that shiny first encounter Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Nidoking when I had Nidoking.
But yeah, I'm hoping these gonna be shiny chandeliers. Go hey, that looks cool. I'm gonna do that. Here's hoping.
My favorite Pokemon is Charizard, and I know you're gonna be like, hey, yeah, it just goes to the flow daddy guy. It's like, no, Charizard. I had Fire Red first.
Hey, you gotta show us up, Matt. You gotta show us up.
Charizard. It's really long, but it's basically the first at everything in the game I've done. First level 100 Pokemon, first solo run. It has a lot of good moments, so it's
Charizard is OP.
Yeah. I mean, I taught my Charizard 4 HMs and reset, and then did it.
Yeah. 4 HMs.
Yeah. I'm like, who else do I give him to besides Charizard? Right. I'm like, oh wait, I need Flamethrower. Reset the game.
Bruh.
But yeah, I know everyone's like Charizard gets too much love, but Charizard's my boy.
I don't know what you're talking about. It only got 1 Gigantamax form.
Yeah, I only got 1 Gigantamax form. Why didn't have 7? Like, come on.
Why didn't I have 7? No, why didn't I have 6?
No, it needs to have 7. Sweet. Ironic. Yeah, why is it not the only Pokemon in this game that can Mega Evolve? Like, come on, what are they doing?
Could you imagine if that ended up being the only Pokemon that could Mega Evolve?
Did it give it on the third Mega? Give it a third Mega Evolution.
Give it a third.
Here's some salt, guys. Pure Dragon type. That'd be funny.
I'll tell you, one of the most scary typings back in the old generations was Water Dragon.
Right? Because you couldn't
Kingdra.
touch it.
Yeah, Kingdra was just it was so difficult to beat. I remember losing that fight several times versus Claire in the original Gold.
Yeah, I got lucky because I didn't play Gen 2 until the remakes in Gen 4 with Heart Gold Soul Silver. And at that point in time, I had an Ampharos on my team, so I was...
Right, yeah. I mean, you still hit it hard, but you could never really hit it super effectively. The only thing that was super effective was Dragon moves, and Dragon moves in that generation sucked.
Yeah.
Mega Evolved Gengar is my baby.
Yeah, Mega Gengar Shiny. Oh,
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Love that Shiny. I wish the rest of the line had it.
Right.
Yeah.
Regular
Although I
Shiny
guess...
Gengar is bleh. What was up with Me 6? I don't think it ever shouted out my stream yesterday. Or today. What the?
I don't use it anymore. No, last one was 7/18, which was 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it. I don't know what's going on.
Mocha S. I feel like I was gonna say something else and I just completely forgot. I was gonna say with it's something about earlier gens. Oh yeah, like, I guess they made Cleric a little bit easier because you had better Dragon type moves in Generation 4.
Yeah.
Kind of like how everyone's like Cynthia's gonna be a cakewalk because she's gonna literally hand you a fairy type.
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, she better not because that's the same game and I don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Like I have my team
How long have we been live?
prepared.
I got it! Yeah!
Hey.
Let's go!
Is clean with a cap.
Yeah!
Clean,
Let's
bro.
go! Mitch coming in with the shiny lock. Bree coming in with the shiny lock. Let's go! Yeah!
Did it again, Chad. It's a red shiny, and we're streaming together.
It's
Told you it
so
works.
nice.
Just
It
works.
does work.
Just works.
It just works.
Now give me a Grubbin. Come on.
Yeah, gives you a grubbin. That is super epic. That'll be a point for Luxray Cabin. All right, this one. I gotta get a nice screenshot for Twitter.
Oh, sweet horse.
Ah, that was epic. I saw Wolfo say that was loud. Well, yes, you're right in the other room.
And I want to hunt that now. That might be later in the game for me. I guess you can find a Araquanid on, well, in the wild area, I guess, too. But it depends.
Luxray. Cabin, twitch.tv/image.
Yo, Adamant Nature? Hog? Question mark?
It might be.
Oh.
It's almost church time. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. That is super good. All right, that is tweeted. That was exactly 165.
Nice. And now to the other one.
Maybe. I might hatch the eggs first. Let's get some nature suggestions in the chat. I'm not doing an Everstone, so yeah.
I'm sticking with Adamant. I'm adamant about
Cass
my
is
nature.
adamant, modest. I'm gonna say sassy,
Enjoy that swing flick. friends.
timid.
Honestly, you feel like a brave one. That would be pretty good too.
Brave.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give
say
you
Adamant.
two. Because why not? Serious nature? Okay, okay.
Yo, those neutral natures.
Oh, whoops. I guess I'm moving it. Alright, I gotta take a screenshot of this page. Because OT image.
OT. Yep. Right.
So,
Right.
bear
Is it
with me,
sad that
chat.
It's sad that I'm sitting here thinking about how to purify those natures because I played Coliseum and XD so much. And
And
purifying Pokemon
then
is by nature.
it is a lonely nature. Lonely
He's a lonely boy.
nature.
Not bad. Trying to remember what that is. I want to say it's defense over special defense, but I'm not sure about that.
Attack over defense. Another
Attack
shiny
over
for Luxray. And it is in
That's
the
not bad, though.
Discord. It is in the Discord.
Oh no.
Alright, cool, cool.
Boom. Do.
That's a good nature for Let's Go speedrunners. Yo.
For what, Pikachu?
Pika P.
I mean, I guess Eevee too.
Oh yeah, congrats, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right.
funny-
Well, I gotta
funny
do
you
some
mentioned that, Matt.
shenanigans. Yeah.
Funny you mentioned that because I got Let's Go Pikachu as my game, and my first Pikachu was female, so I reset the game because I hate the tail, and then I got an adamant one, so I was kind of cracked the entire playthrough.
You got an adamant male Pikachu.
Adamant male Pikachu.
That's a good nature for it, right?
Yeah, because Zippy Zap is a physical.
Zing
move.
Zap is physical move. That's great.
It's physical. I had 31 IV and max and a positive attack nature. Like, it was ready to go.
That is hilarious.
Had a good time with that Pikachu.
All right. That is
I mean, that
great.
was my busted team. I had a Mew on that team as well.
That is hilarious. All right.
Alright, Jimmy's hunting
Dude
stuff.
Fighter is mine.
I'm still hunting unknown, guys, so don't worry about it. Yo. Speaking, Jimmy talked about OOTR. If you guys want to check out OOTR, Expedition When I See, check it out.
Yeah, no, that's super open. Congratulations.
Appreciate
Thank you so much for the congratulations, by the way. I do appreciate it. Sorry. Obviously, there's a little bit more going on because I have to post in Discord when I get it. So.
Right?
All right, we got leftover Dewpider eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go see if I can find a better grubbin.
We're going to go ahead and do fighter that?
so-
Uh-huh. I'll
So
leave
I'm
you.
actually going to go to the
Yeah,
the
join
route
me.
that Chaos is at, so
You're
I
gonna
can
join me on
get
Route
a
one?
get a better grubbin, and then I'll transfer it over into Shield.
Yeah,
and we'll do
hashtag
some
Yellow
good
Gang,
stuff.
by the
Oh
way.
gosh,
Hashtag Yellow Gang, by the way. I didn't know this
Yellow
had
Gang, yeah, let's get it.
You know, I've played this game like 4 times and I've never chosen yellow. So I'm like, I'm going to be yellow this time around.
Yo, thank you so much for the congratulations, and yes, Yellow
that?
Pride and whatnot. So okay,
For some reason I thought that was shiny and I was very upset about it.
it was not shiny.
It was not. It's like, don't give me a skull of it, man.
So
Otherwise-
unfortunately, none of these are gonna count if they shine, except watch Grubbin shines in the wild.
Watch, yeah, I'm like, you're streaming with me. It's a red shiny. It's gonna happen. Like that's what it is. Like, ask Marie.
Ah, frickin' squirrel! Why?
The squirrel's awesome.
They're in the overworld in the slumbering weald.
That is true. It's very true. And they're probably higher encounter rate. Unfortunately, I cannot go there because I have a Grookey that's level 8.
I mean, if it's the same area. You got this. Thank you. Thank you.
The sad part, like, I don't get the shiny hunt there until
Hi,
I do
Blue.
until I do the legendary storyline.
I
Which is
think
pretty
Groupie can
sad.
handle the wheel. That's fair. That's fair. Is it after or before, or like is it in that first
It's
set
right at
of
the beginning.
grass? It's
Yeah,
later.
it's right at the beginning.
It's right at the beginning. Then you'd be fine. It's like level
But
2.
I can't access it. Like, I literally can't go in there. Because I haven't got that far in the game. Like, once you leave the first time, you can't go back in. Until,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, they closed the gate?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You can't. You
Rip.
literally can't go back in.
So they're in the overworld? Oh, yeah. Literally right there. Ah! Why?
So I would take that encounter too. Another
Yeah, no
tiny-
kidding.
I'm gonna go check that to be sure. I think I'm right. It's just a theory.
A
A
game
chaos
theory.
theory. No, a chaos theory. Sponsor. Check out my second channel. Just kidding,
Shiny.
it doesn't exist. That would be hilarious. I would
I
really
would have died.
cry. I tell you, just cry myself to sleep at night.
I would have died.
Gate's closed, so I can't.
Figured out why your Wi-Fi was messing up. Enlighten us. Why was your Wi-Fi messing up?
Because it had an X chromosome. Not a Y.
That's funny.
No.
Alright, I got a Goblin and a Premier Ball.
That's not
So
bad.
that's fun.
I think I have Premier Balls. I don't remember what I bought. It's been like a long time.
Okay, well, I don't
No,
think I
no,
can
no, no.
probably escape from here, but...
I have one Premier Ball.
I'm gonna
Also,
go...
I wanna say level 7 Grookey. Sorry, I messed up.
I'm
I
just
have the
gonna
armor
go-
and crown pass. Isn't that
Yeah,
what I
you
had?
do, because you're playing your main game, right?
No, I'm playing a second copy.
Cat A or Cat B unplugged it from a wall? Rip. You're still playing Sword or Shield, right?
Sword, yeah, I'm still playing my sword copy. What's up, Dewey?
Oh, I can... These are not grubbin eggs. These are leftover Dupiter eggs. Oh, I put 135. This was 165. I'm sorry.
It's another one.
I'm hoping. That would count.
Yikes.
That's still a
I mean,
target.
hey. Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'd be like, nope, time to move on. I need an arachnid still, so...
Right. By the way, guys, the shiny I found during PDL was Jinx, so I've been keeping that from
I
you.
knew that.
Jimmy and Nico knew it the day I got it. Second egg, Smoochum, while Masuda. But it is updated on the decks. I did that when we found Latias. So.
That. Must be they couldn't figure out how to watch cat videos. That's funny.
That's sad.
Get another shiny Dupiter? Hey, I'll take another shiny Dupiter. If not, it's all good.
He's streaming with me.
I
He's
gotta get
literally
my, I gotta get my
broken
other
right
Ditto.
He's
Or at
completely
least the
broken
mon
right now.
into the other game so I can hunt the grubbin so I can guarantee the 0 speed.
Right. Oh yeah, you went to a place that didn't have Wi-Fi too, so. What you expect? Plus, internet hates you, so
Technology
It makes-
hates him.
yeah, that one too. We won't talk about last week or anything.
No. I'm good.
I spoiled it. It counts. I ran into it. It's random.
Hi, Squovit. It's good
I
to
just
see
want them
you,
to be under
Squovit.
odds. I just want them all to be under odds. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. Did anyone
Come on,
clip the
time to grab it.
Dupiter? I doubt it.
I did not because I was streaming, so my apologies. But also, I'm not sorry because I was streaming. So.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I have a few hunts to think about because I'm doing every route, but do I count, like, I can get a fossil so I can reset that, and I'm already doing full odds anyway. Do I go ahead and do a fossil reset? Do I do some of the static encounters like I know the Toxel's locked, but do I do like the shiny Slowpoke in the train station as an encounter?
I actually don't think that can be shiny because it's technically a gift Pokemon. You have
Then
to
I-
Masuda for it.
Okay, then I won't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Have a
didn't know.
4 IV best and then 1 fantastic cutie fly if you want it. No, I'm good. I'm gonna do the grubbin for now. I'm doing Unite tomorrow, so.
I would love to be a part of the event if I could stream more and do the event, but I can't do part of the event, so there's
No, I answered you, Nika. I said no.
yeah.
So we just got leftover Dupiter eggs, and then, like I said, we'll move the Premier Ball one over.
Shiny dude, come on. Dang it.
Hoot hoot.
Trying to figure out what happens if I find 2 of the same shinies. Do I just get 2 of the same Pokemon, or?
Yeah. If I want to squat up with you now, yeah, I'll let you guys know. I think tomorrow, basically, what I'm going to try to do is just learn the game, because I didn't do the beta.
Right.
So I want to learn the game.
You press
You press
press
buttons.
B to
You
boost.
press the B to boost.
You press B to jump, and if you press it twice, it gives you a double jump.
Oh, snap.
And the point of the game is to get the ball in the other person's goal. Wait, no, that's Rocket League, sorry.
I still beat you with Dewpider? Yeah, you did, but that's fine. That's 2 points right there
Shiny
for
Ground.
both of our Dewpiders, so I ain't mad. We're
Guys, Bree's
working
still
together.
bringing the same cat. I want to say house because it looks like the crest from Harry Potter. So I'm like, are she the same house? I'm like,
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it's
it is.
based off of. The
I mean,
colors
yeah,
are
I
legit.
know.
The colors are legit from, you know, more or less, are influenced from Harry Potter. That's a good way to put it.
So Garchomp, Greninja, what's the other one?
Garchomp, Greninja, Decidueye.
Decidueye. So Decidueye would be what? Green? Garchomp is blue, and
Yes.
Greninja's red? That doesn't make
Greninja
sense.
is red, yes.
That's because of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I would have chosen Charizard, but hey, that's me.
I mean, Luxray is the closest thing to Charizard, so. It really isn't, but I'm just trying to get you to be on my team. Boop.
That's how I feel about that.
What happened?
I just left the call.
Oh, you left the call. Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Like, nope, I'm done. Nope.
Okay, bye.
This last one, I'm out.
That's funny. I was still shocked I got it early, and then I stopped at 85 cutie flies. That's good. I mean, like I said, you do... Gosh, dang it. You do any encounters is better than nothing.
Also
like-
can
you
recommend
left
Red
the
Licorice G Fuel. Red Licorice G Fuel.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice. You like Red Licorice? There you go. It's like it's so weird how they get the flavors like so exact. Like it's I don't know how to feel about it.
Right.
Is cotton candy coming back? Hopefully never. I'm just
It's a
kidding. It was
good
really
question. It's a good
It's really
question.
good.
I think I had it like once or twice. It was an alright one. I like watermelon personally. I still think that's my favorite.
good. Watermelon.
You're gonna need a list of commands so you can better help.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point commands, Mitch.
Yeah, I went Sunday because I got sheets for dinner. And then I was like, oh, I found the G Fuel because I'm like, I wonder if they have it because I know some gas stations, some people have told me they've had it. So I found some. And I'm like, oh, cool. There's this Tetris flavor that I've never tried and I can try. And I had to get gas today, and I'm like, I'll go in and see if they have any other flavors. And then, boom, right there, red licorice. I'm like, I want to try that. And I got 2 more cans of Tetris.
Yeah. Thank you, Nika. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Much
I do like the
appreciated.
Now
Cans
that I've
are
tried the
good.
cans, I really like them.
Mhm.
I'd probably be willing to buy them more than the shakers, honestly. I mean, the powder.
I still think I like the shakers more, personally. I've had a few cans, but I think I like the shakers more.
Trying to think what flavor did I buy that I had one in the cans. I have Bahama Mama and Hype Sauce in cans. Like once I try those, I can give the straight difference. But the 2 I've tried in cans aren't bad.
Yeah,
Really
go ahead,
good.
Bree. What have I tried? I think I did the Wampa fruit that I got from Mark, and Wolfo's brought me peach rings.
Still haven't done Wumpa fruit yet. I need to try it. I'm afraid that what it'll taste like.
I feel like I had one more other than that, but I can't think of the other one. So, no, that's good. I have no idea. I'm not going to watch them right now. I'm sure they're fine, Nika. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, go ahead, babe. Go ahead and post the scoreboard.
As
Thank
long
you,
as
thank you.
Wolfo didn't clip it, it's fine. It won't be a minute long of just rambling. Just don't worry about it. I want to look at it right now. Garchomp came in, it's winning right now.
Yeah. I don't know if mine has been updated.
If not, if so, you're tied. It said 4 minutes ago, so I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, then probably yeah. I think the bot does it. And if it does, that's awesome.
I mean, it saves somebody else doing it.
So
it's like how we had the bot for the draft in PDL. Like I love that because I didn't have to be like, hey, you're on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're on the clock. Hey, this.
The only time we had to do it was at the start of the draft.
Right.
I actually thought the bot would do it when I hit start draft, and I panicked. I was like, did we not set this up right? And then the second that Haunter picked Frillaboom, it was just instant. And everybody's like, that's so cool!
Yeah. I am kind of upset because, like, I haven't really got a chance to use Rillaboom yet. I really want to. It's like, I didn't use it last season either until, like, our last match, which was the last week of the season.
Yeah, and then I was just so predictable. Yeah. At that point.
Right.
I think I may do Combi if I get Cutie Fly. I don't know what I'm going to go for next, honestly. I kind of hope I get the Grubbin once I get started on it. And then we'll see how much time there is, because tomorrow I'm playing Unite, so...
You didn't have Hat and Dee last season, right? That was
no.
You had the male and Dee though.
Yeah, I had the male and Dee. Offensive and Dee.
There was something on your team that I didn't want to bring Rillaboom for. I couldn't remember I can't remember what it is. Oh, Buns had the DD, right. That was a fun match.
Can you play Unite with me? Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna stick with Smite though, thanks. I'll be honest, if I hadn't played a MOBA until this, I probably would enjoy it. It doesn't entice me because it doesn't have item buying. I need that. So here's how you play it, Jim. You get yourself a defensive Pokemon, and you just sit there and you feed your teammate, and then your teammate gets like level 50, and everyone else is level 1, and they just kill everybody in one shot. That's how it works.
That sounds fun.
I feel like that's how Pokemon Unite's gonna be, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to play that game.
I have no idea, honestly. I watched a bit of gameplay, but again, it was kind of hard to really totally understand it because it was in Japanese. So, yeah, that was extremely difficult to kind of follow along. And then, of course, if you weren't really paying attention to it, it was just like, oof.
Right.
Yeah, the language sucked, exactly. The beta was fun to play, but...
To be fair, a lot of people who were playing the beta shouldn't have been playing the beta because it was Japan only, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I mean,
I know. People are going to get around it. It's one of the notorious things you find in the Pokemon community. Like, if you can have access to the game earlier than anyone else, you're gonna... Pokemon fans will do it. They will 100%.
According to my account, I am in Japan. There you go.
Right.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people that did that with Sword and Shield when it came out. They went to the Australian eShop so they could play it basically a day early. Because that released at midnight local time throughout the regions. So
they really just need to do a universal release time and just be done with it.
Which is what Unite's doing. It's releasing at 3 o'clock our time this morning. Tomorrow morning, I mean.
That's fun.
So,
I mean,
the
that makes
one
sense.
and only A Drive will be up playing Unite at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Man. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man.
Well, that's his choice too. I mean,
All right, I'm gonna do the same thing then.
oh, you're gonna get up at 3 a.m. play Smite.
Get up at 3 a.m. Who thinks I'm gonna be up? Who thinks I'm going to sleep? I'm just gonna stay up
Oh,
all
okay,
night.
okay. I see.
I have to work tomorrow.
I do.
Yeah, tomorrow's my day off.
I do.
Today is
I
Friday
can't,
for me.
But then tomorrow's Sunday.
Right. Well, Sunday is still technically Sunday. And my week goes, like, it goes Monday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then back to Sunday. It's a weird week. It's like I don't go in, like, Sunday morning, we don't go in as early.
Right.
Like, I don't, it's technically another partial day off. I mean, I wish I didn't go in because I literally work for like 2 or 3 hours and go home. It's really a waste of my time.
Right.
What if I don't show up? Why do I care? I put my 2 weeks in today. Like, why do I care if I show up? Don't show up.
Well, you put your 2 weeks in today?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I gotta get ready to move and such.
Yeah.
And I want to do some other things. Got some things to take care of before I decide to run and do other stuff.
Yeah. No, I get that. I 100% get that.
Plus, I have to figure out how to furnish an apartment now, so that's fun.
Oh, you got
I
this.
don't want to do that.
I believe that. I believe in you.
I'm just gonna take my setup and be like, "That's my set. My furniture. That's my furniture."
That's my furniture. It's
Add a
fine.
TV, add a bed, call it a day.
Yeah, we're fine. Everything is fine.
I do think I'm gonna try to do 2 desks though, because I found when I had online classes in the fall last year because of COVID, I worked better when I had a separate room that I worked in.
And not on your main computer?
Not on my main computer desk. One, because there wasn't a computer on that desk. It did take up the entire space.
Right.
And 2, because it was not fun workspace. It was, I don't want to do this workspace.
So when I did paperwork for my new job and everything, it's like I brought a table tray, and it just did not work for me, like, at all. And I was like, ugh. So yeah. The good part was, like, my room and my quote unquote my bedroom was also my office. Like, they were the same room. So my desk was right up against my bed. Like, literally, if I pushed my desk. You can breed Grubbin, right?
Yeah.
It's not technically a baby Pokemon?
No,
Okay.
it's not. You can breed it.
Okay.
But yeah, my bed was literally up against my desk. So in order to, like, if I wanted to play, my TV was behind my desk. So if I wanted to play my PlayStation or my Xbox that was there, I had to crawl across my bed and then get off my bed on the other side behind my desk because there was no space to walk. But the room across the hall was just the other desk and a bunch of random stuff that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my office workspace. It worked pretty well for me. I mean, there was many times I was like, I don't want to be in this room, I want to go to the other room, but it worked pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern is that, like, I'm used to having, like, nothing in the background. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that there. Because it's a literally big enough for me to exist, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So it might be like, here's my kitchen.
Yeah, here's my kitchen, here's this, here's that.
Definitely nobody's coming into this place good for me. I don't have room for anything.
No visitors whatsoever. Alright, cool. So I got 2 more eggs with Grubbin in the Great Balls, so.
Nice.
Yo, what's up, Green? What's up, Lewis? How you doing, friend?
I was wondering who. I've been wondering who that is.
It's Lewis. I told
I
him to
kinda
do that, and he.
Lewis, but I also didn't know.
I told him to do that, and he actually did. I told him it's like you got to change your name to green and have it any color but green, and he did it, and I died. It was so funny.
That's like that psychological test where it's like, oh, here, there's this set of things. They're the same color, and like the word is the same color as the text font. Then
you say
like,
the color of
different.
the word, not the word itself.
Exactly. Then it's like, yeah, say that. And then it's like, okay,
It's
say
like, it's so much easier to read.
Oh
Yeah. It's like, because you look at that, it's like instead of saying blue, you want to say it's green. Wait. Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're starting to hatch
my-
grubbins now.
My brain's going wacko right now. Chris, you had to pick blue. Like, it had to be blue.
It had to be blue. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We got the shiny Dewpider, as you can see, exclamation point recent. All right, were either of these Great Ball Grubbins shiny? No.
Yes.
Okay. So I will get a shiny Grubbin in a Premier Ball now. Maybe.
Now
I
we're
don't know.
now we're doing the same thing. We're hunting the same thing. I can catch a shiny grubbin in a Premier Ball too because I have one.
Yeah.
Because I bought 10 Pokeballs,
Yeah.
and this is guaranteed.
Yeah. No, I mean, seriously. It is. Boom! Dang it.
It's gonna be like, you didn't. You did not. Exactly. I mean, you're not wrong, Lewis, but like, that's why I'm saying you had to pick blue.
See, the thing is that I didn't gather eggs for this one, so this hunt's gonna be a little slower. Especially like with Grubbin and Ditto, they don't give eggs as fast as Dewpider did.
Right. Well, spiders lay a lot of eggs.
Fair.
Well, makes sense.
I don't know what even is Vikable.
It's a little, it's a, you know, a little bug.
This is a little bug.
It's a little bug that evolves into a battery, then evolves into a beetle.
Battery? Don't you mean a bus?
Yeah, battery bus. Same thing.
Battery bus. That's funny. Brooke
Got the
predicted the
positive
rain
and
like
negative.
Eyewise. Yeah, Poseidon strikes again. Hi,
It's as
Brooke.
if Poseidon himself reached out his hand in friendship and you spat in his face. You know what that's from? You're my favorite person.
I'm not good at references. I'm sorry.
It's,
I
it's
let you
on,
down.
It's on Invisible Corporation. That's all I can say.
Is it? Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm so bad at references. Like you can quote something and then I'll hear it like 5 days later. I'll be like, oh, or even like
yeah.
5 months later. Oh, that's what
yeah,
you were talking
man.
about.
Yeah, that it was on Invisible Corporation's BY. Before image.
Before image. Shiny Grubbin. Woo, yay, look at that.
It's probably my favorite series that we've ever done.
Battle Blocks?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, huh?
Episode 1.
I don't know. I have to say, my video Monday was fun.
You know, I thought about that. I'm like, we could do a follow-up, and I'm like, you know, we could do if chaos scores or if image blocks a goal. Wait, no. If I had to figure out how to do it, but it could be like a versus one. Or we could do one together.
I would be down with that.
But my internet with Rocket League is garbage. It's like you have 2 weeks Wi-Fi. Sorry. It's like, okay. It's like doesn't work.
I remember one of my apartments that I rented before I got I rented the house with my previous roommate. It included Wi-Fi in the rent, but I knew I was uploading content. I wasn't streaming, or was it? No, I wasn't. I didn't start streaming until I moved into the house there. So I asked her. It's like, I mean, I know it's like this is probably a silly question, but it's like, can I, get my own Wi-Fi, get my own internet service? She's like, I don't care. It's like, I don't see why you would do that, but it's because it's like I wanted my own stuff, and I'm glad I did it because it was like the Wi-Fi she was offering was trash.
Yeah, you want to be up and down. Yeah, my Wi-Fi where I was at before I moved back to school for this last semester, and then
Mm-hmm.
3 setups ago, essentially. That internet, when I was having the problems last summer, was the same issue. I was like 50 up, 10 down. No, 50 down, 10 up, and I'm like, this is not working. Because if something besides my computer connects to Wi-Fi or connects to the internet while I'm streaming, it just dies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, I gathered a few eggs here. Let's grab
And they were
those.
throttling. They were also throttling my internet. That didn't help either. So
No. When
How
you
do
say
I'm
they,
like-
was it the ISP or?
ISP.
Yeah.
I called them. I'm like, you're throttling my internet, and I know you are. And they're like, we don't throttle internet. And they totally fixed it. Then like after I got off the call because they knew I was right.
Yeah,
Like,
all
it
of a
just-
sudden it was fixed.
It just worked, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, that's super funny.
It's like, yeah,
You're
there's
at
nothing
work?
wrong with the
Okay, you got
router.
what, like 5 minutes? Get the grubbing, babe. I'll do my best.
Like, there's nothing wrong with the router. There's nothing wrong with the device. There's nothing wrong with the cable going into the house. There's nothing wrong with the cable in the house.
So
We
I
put new
forget.
cable in.
I forget
It's
exactly
really
what happened and how I figured this out, but one of my previous routers that I owned, it was my router. It wasn't the ISP's. Just went. It was dead. It finally, I guess, had enough, and I was never able to figure out what the problem was. So I bought a new router, and then after that, it's like I just had nothing but dropped frames. That's when I was having that internet issue.
Right, yeah.
And stuff like that, and it was just like, oh my gosh. So I finally said enough is enough. It's like, I don't know if it's my router, because I also own the modem too. It's like,
Right.
I don't know if it's my router or modem, so I'm going to switch to their stuff, and if it does the same thing, I know it's the internet, because I just bought this PC, this super expensive setup,
Doesn't work.
and it was dropping, massive frames, and I was like, with what I have for internet, I should not be dropping the amount of frames that I was dropping. So they were out several times. They finally got me the best equipment without like actually paying for it, the best equipment that they possibly could. I was still dropping frames, and just one day it fixed itself.
I have to be honest, every time you stop talking for like half a second to think about what you're going to say next, I thought you found a shiny.
No.
Just like, he didn't. No, he just stopped talking because he's...
I get that I notice I do that, and I get that from my aunt. I'll be in mid-sentence, and then I'll try to collect my thoughts,
Right.
and I'll have that pause.
It's just you're just processing what you want to say.
Yeah.
Except for me, like, I'm already like 70 sentences down the road and don't know what I'm supposed to be saying now.
Exactly.
Somewhere in my brain we're on a conversation about like pizza or something, and I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
It's my favorite thing is somebody be like, I'll ask
Night,
a
Nika.
question.
Have a good night.
I will ask a question in chat and somebody will answer it, and I'll be like, what is that too? Like, what do you mean with that? And I'll be like, I have no idea. I'm like, oh yeah, because that was like 50 minutes ago in my head. Right. Thanks for the luck, Nico. Enjoy your night. You're not actually going to bed.
Babe, I love you
but-
too. Have a good night. Hope you have a decent
Hoot hoot.
night at work.
I want one.
Hoot hoot. I see that.
Yeah. I also kind of want Grubbin or Hoot Hoot just because they'd be good for the first gym.
Right.
I just want to be. I don't
I
want
mean,
to.
the grubbin, especially once it becomes a Vikavolt, it's like, I noticed that in the mono egg cage lock. Vikavolt go brr.
Well, it's scary.
So I was like, as soon as he won that first match, so I was like, okay, bye, Vikavolt. No.
Yeah, it is scary. It's not the fastest thing, and that's the only problem with it.
Well, and that's
Like-
why I'm breeding with 0 speed. It works
Yeah.
well in Trick Room. I mean, it's not the
Like-
slowest thing either, but it's
Right,
not.
right. It's one of those mid-speed tiers that just suck either side of the spectrum, but can work in both if you invest in it.
That's funny, Green. That's funny, Lewis. That's just being distracted easily.
Yeah, I did that in in Skyward Sword, they were doing the opening ceremony, and I'm just like, "There's a bird in the sky. Why is there a bird in the sky?" It's like that's the one thing I noticed. I was reading text, and I'm like, "No, wait, what's that?" It's funny.
I was actually pretty proud of me in that Rocket League video. It's like, yeah, I was getting a little distracted with the goals, but I remembered my train of thought, and I was able to keep that conversation. It's like, I'm very proud of myself in that video.
Better than how I've ever streamed Rocket League. Although I'm just sitting there, I'm watching, and I'm like, he does not know how to play this game.
Well, and then I called myself out. Those who are watching this and are probably yelling at me because I don't know how to play the game, although it took me like 3 minutes to get that sentence out.
Right. You weren't using drift, you weren't using the double speed barrel roll.
No, it has also been a long time since I played.
Right. I don't remember last time I played. I think I played once when I moved here.
Luxray got another shiny.
That was it. Oh, what you guys get? Ah, stop spinning!
Oh, another Raquinid. That's funny.
It's funny, I can do the spin thing in this game, guys, but I can't do it in Skyward Sword. It's funny. It's funny how that works. Sitting there looking at an eye. Hey, you wanna... Nope. Man, I'm having a great time with that game. I'm absolutely loving it.
That's awesome, though. I'm glad you are. I'm glad you did. You took it. It's like, because I was focused. I'm still focused on, getting Ocarina of Time randomizer out. I will say, I'm done recording the series. The series is done. But
oh my gosh,
we're only 4 episodes in.
You're ridiculous sometimes.
I mean, when you record 4 or 5 episodes, 6 episodes at a time.
You need help. You honestly just need some help. Like,
yeah.
That's
why I popped into the stream that one time. Chaos. I have a problem. But I also wanted to get it done because there's another thing that's happening on IC that needs my attention soon. So I wanted to make sure that was out of the way.
That was like 3 Hoot Hoots in the last 5 encounters. What's going on?
Nice.
That's the problem. Also, I love Hoot Hoot, but I won't.
Trying to find the right nature. I don't know if this account has an Everstone, but if it
does... what is, like, seriously, what is going on?
Another Hoot Hoot.
That's another Hoot Hoot. Like, are you okay? Like, for giving me low encounter odds, like, give me Grubbins, please.
Right?
I'm hunting that. I'm trying to get that. I want
Bye, babe. Have a good night.
Okay. It's gonna be like, watch it give me the shiny Squova, just because, like, yeah, here's a bunch of Hoot Hoots now. I have a shiny
Squirrel.
It's not a Hoot Hoot.
Squirrel. Or however I spell it. SKWERL. Squirrel.
Yeah.
Garchomp 22, Lux 21, Greninja 18, Decidueye 17.
That's where it was at when I looked. That's what it was at when I looked.
I wonder how long ago that posted. 807? Yeah, no, that would be right. Nice. That's awesome. Lux and Garchomp pulling away from Greninja and Decidueye.
How many people are in each? Or is it balanced, or is it not?
It's actually pretty well balanced. I think there's obviously some areas in which there's more people, but it's minuscule. Like 5 at the most.
So then, is it balanced by time people spend in the game?
That is a different question.
That's probably what
I will say, and it's not entirely, all around, but there are a bunch of content creators obviously doing this as well, and there are more content creators in the luxury cabin than any other cabin.
So that might be part of the reason then.
It might be, but
I mean, if you can have one person who has 20, you can do this all week and just stream and like hunt for like 18 hours a day, and then you could have like a group of like 20 people who do like 3 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a massive difference there. But Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, Garchomp Cabin has a fair amount of creators too. I'm not saying there aren't creators, but I did notice that Luxray had the most.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
So.
I'm assuming Greninja and Decidueye have a pretty substantial difference.
Yeah, but they were also in the lead. It's like that is actually the furthest away that I've seen the first and last place. It's like it's always been just so tight. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if when I stream this Friday, that Decidueye and Greninja are ahead. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. So.
Yeah, I wanted to do something like that, but I'm also was like, you know, I want to make it fair that you have to have a specific amount of time. It's like, I don't know, maybe you do it over the course of a week, but you only get a total of 24 hours. And so you have to log your hours when you do it. So theoretically, everyone has the same amount of time. I guess the only problem with that is if somebody doesn't do their whole 24 hours.
Yeah.
But then that's
Me
just
and
you
Wiggins
forfeiting
are the
time.
only one too in Decidueye. Yeah.
But I'm into Decidueye, Kappa. I'm assuming it's part of the Discord server, and I just didn't see it.
I mean, he announced it on stream. You're usually at work at.
I'm at work. Yeah, I only get to
So,
catch them on
yeah.
Sundays. So
I think the
I know he said he
scoreboard
was-
resets every time the targets change. No. The scoreboards reset
probably
either manually or the bot auto updates it. I don't know if like Mercia and Tiller.
I doubt they're doing it. It's got to be probably a bot.
But then again, how does it verify? You know what I mean? Because they got to look at the OT in the picture, and then the date and where you found it, how you found it.
I mean, the technology exists.
I mean, yeah, it does.
Full-time streamer telling me you can't do that. Yeah, he's got it.
I don't know.
He can do it. I believe in Tilly.
Oh yeah, the cabin heads. I forgot about that. That's true as well.
Is Garchomp a cabin head of Garchomp?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I bet it. I'm sorry. I bet it's Shadow Nomi.
Shadow.
Cabin of Garchomp. That make that. You know, couldn't be too obvious about it, right? Yeah, I do hate that I can't catch other people's streams as much.
Yeah, no, I've noticed lately that I'm not able to catch a lot of streams, especially with the new job. I'm busier, so while I'm lurking, I can't chat
Yeah.
as much,
I mean-
and I'm not paying attention as much either. So it's like, ah,
Right. I mean, I spend every waking hour working on something, so
yeah,
like, I'm always half there if I'm there at all, or I'm doing this. That's what I just need to do. I just need to multi about it with everybody, and that
Yeah.
call it done.
585 Grubbin's Egg with no sheen. I'm sorry, wonderful snom. I cannot read. My gosh.
Exclamation point read at you, Mr. Cleaver.
Yeah, no kidding. New job's going well. I have a feeling people are gonna get mad at me at work because I'm gonna take their computers. They're gonna feel like I'm gonna take their computers from them, so that's gonna be fun. I can't get into details, but it's gonna be fun. But all in all, it's going well. It's what I wanted. It really is.
It's fun about my job because I don't think they trust me, especially after today. I mean, I put in my 2 weeks, but that's irrelevant to the story. I'm working on a project that, you know, I've done. It's construction, it's building something, it's cutting wood. You know, I'd done that when I was a kid with my grandfather. I'd done it pretty much since I've been alive, and then I did it for a summer. And everybody at work's like, you know what you're doing? I'm like,
Maybe.
I'd hope so, because the boss trusted me with a saw to do this. I think I know what I'm doing.
I think I know what I'm doing. You
You
haven't
know what
gotten a
you're doing? I'm like-
single shiny yet. Good luck. You got this, Senpai.
Yeah.
Senpai.
I only have 2 more weeks of it, so that's fine. It's fine.
You're probably looking forward to that little bit of free
Oh.
time, but at the same
No.
time, it's like I know you got things to do in the meantime.
I'm not looking forward to it because it doesn't give me any more time to do anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, working. On
If I had a way to
everything.
capture my Switch, I would stream. Yeah.
So I have a plan for the week I get off, and I have to get some work done before then.
Yeah. Hold up 3 fingers. I think I'm doing this right. I only have 3 more mess ups at least. Oof. What's up, homie? Yo, what's up, Mercia? We were just talking about you. We had question about how the scoreboard gets updated. Ah, sorry. Like, how does the scoreboard gets updated? Is that manual or does a bot do it?
Don't ruin the magic.
Yeah.
It just happens.
It
just
just happened. That's you doing it. Okay. Sweet. Sweet.
It's just God tier.
Yeah, because you gotta verify the OTs.
Come on.
So don't you dare cheat. It'd be very hard for me to cheat considering I'm doing the streaming thing and the VODs are accessible.
Right. In 2 places.
In 2 places. CAC W.
I mean, I could reset. Can I reset my game and make my trainer the image and then get a shiny Grubman and then submit
Right.
it?
Doesn't it
Hey,
show
Jimmy?
the ID as well? Yeah, it does. Well, I only saw the. Yeah. I'm sure that would raise red flags if all of a sudden the ID is completely different.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm good at Photoshop. They won't know.
Yeah.
They won't know. I'm good at Photoshop.
We have 2 scoreboards. Ooh.
One is how many shinies Chaos 6 Wishy found. One is the actual score.
Yeah.
One
That's
has a
funny.
big fat goose egg on it. One has actual numbers.
6.
Yeah.
Just because is number is the total, so it remains. The one in the challenge badges resets per challenge.
Ah.
Oh, okay. So you have the overall score. It's like, so we'll say Luxray could win this challenge. Somebody else could have a higher score in another challenge, but total, they're the same, quote unquote, for example. Color me intrigued, yeah. But no, that makes sense.
So like
Cool.
Garchomp got 45 points this time.
Yeah.
And then only got 24 points
Oh,
next
that
time.
was
The
lightning.
overall total will say 69, but the one we currently would be on would be 21.
Yeah.
Y'all see what I did there? Yeah, I just made the total 69. Haha, get wrecked.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Hey guys, double hunting here, no luck. We have 1 more day, right? Yeah, I think we got 1 more day of the bug hunts. Yes.
I'm not in
And
the
then the
challenge, I'm
challenge
just
changed.
doing it.
And Chaos
just
is
giving
doing
Timmy
the great gala race. Or
Yeah,
shiny
I'm on the last one.
challenge.
I'm behind a little bit. I'm doing it full odds, so.
But yes, I think we're doing, what, 4 3-day challenges? Is that 12 days sounds right, if I remember correctly.
12 days of Christmas. This is Christmas. Illuminati confirmed. What?
12 days of camp.
Killer Santa Claus? What?
I'm not saying
Well,
nothing.
12 days Christmas. Killer Santa Claus. Wait. Bruh, I figured it out. He thinks he
Garchomp is my
hired
friend.
someone.
Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on into the Tortuga Shell. I like how the D for
D is on
friend
What?
is just on a new line.
Like, Steelix will comment and it does that with his name too, and I'm just like, bruh. It's hilarious.
The leaderboard will say 50. Yes. I got you, Marcia. Mm-hmm.
I like my example where it was 40, 45,
Yeah.
and 21. It ended up being 69. That was wrong. 45 and 24. My apologies.
Yeah. What's the challenge? Get as many shinies as we can in our team and beat the other team. That's like the quick and easy explanation. I really need to get a command.
What Sambo said was awesome.
Yeah, no. Tiller is Santa, Shiny Chansey is his head health. I mean, I've said before, if I get a Shiny Chansey, I'm naming it Tiller. Because I know it's his favorite Pokemon, so.
I have about 7 I can send you.
So what am I? I thought you would probably be Mrs. Claus, right?
Boom.
Tiller's Santa. Yeah.
You can be Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, I'm not. Nope. Ah, nick it.
Nick it.
Yeah, I've noticed. I think Nick it and I think Wooloo don't spawn in the exclamation point. I know Wooloo doesn't.
Wooloo. I was going to say Wooloo is a question mark. Nick it, I don't think so.
Because that's fun because I don't want Wooloo.
Yeah, right.
I want to burn it. I said that in somebody's stream. They're like, "You want to burn wool?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's wool. It's flammable."
Tiller can't function without you by your side. That is like the truest fact I've seen in my chat all night. Love you, Tiller, but that's probably true. He's probably lurking and just had the face bombing.
If he is lurking, it's like Jimmy drops this on my birthday. Come on, ridiculous.
Green, thank you so much for the shiny luck. I appreciate you.
It's not actually.
I take care of a lot of, but he can handle himself. Yeah, I know he can. Obviously, I just joke.
Try to get him out of lurking.
Happy birthday, Tiller. Nah, I ain't gonna call out the lurkers. I appreciate the lurkers. No pressure to chat whatsoever. I understand.
Jimmy as a Pokemon does not have pressure ability confirmed.
Yeah.
Is that also? Well, I guess there's. I was gonna say, does that mean Jimmy's not a legendary confirmed? But I guess there are legendaries who don't have pressure, so it does.
How
So my
have we
conclusion
only
is
been
that-
streaming for an hour and a half?
Oh, what? That's ridiculous. I swear it's been 90 minutes.
Right.
See what I did there?
Right.
Didn't even think about that. It just came out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, 90 minutes is not an actual time reference of time. I'm like, no one's. And then I'm like, wait, it's an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half, yeah. Actually, 83? Yeah, it is 83. You right.
I didn't even. Apparently, my brain does math when I don't want it to.
Quick maths?
No.
No.
I guess-
You're like, no.
I haven't seen Rookie D in these either. I don't think. I mean,
yeah,
I think I have.
Maybe
But
that's.
maybe
like
I ran into them.
yeah.
I don't remember.
Ah.
I don't know.
Did you know in Africa every 60 seconds a minute passes?
Holy cow! That's ridiculous.
What? So I legit don't know what I'm gonna hunt after this if I do get the grubbin. So that'll be fun to figure out.
Anything else in the challenge red?
I mean Scyther's a little red, but I don't want to go for Scyther. I have plenty of them.
I need to get. I think I have 2 because we did our shiny race and I have 2, so I can get a Sizzler.
You have 2.
I have 2 because I won with the second one.
You got 2 shiny combos within 5 minutes earlier. Yo, GG's, Mercia.
Wow, man.
Do cutie fly? I'd have to hatch for it. I don't think it's the right weather for it. I was just gonna ask too, Mercia, if anybody has gotten multiple shinies yet, but I guess that answers my question.
Did you get a female or are they both males? I hope at least one's female.
Yeah, our loads. Yeah.
Jeez.
Both are males.
Monkey
Yeah.
heads. Well, I want to hunt on a Honeycomb Island because you can tell if they're male or female before you encounter them.
Yeah, Tiller's doing that, but he's running into all of them, regardless.
Ew, that's no fun.
Both hasty nature too, which is weird.
Good TOS.
That's cool. That's
I mean,
cool. I think. I don't know.
I had a week where all my shinies were sassy.
I remember.
It's like Why are you? Okay.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Hyperior? How you doing? It's good to see you.
Is that the one and only Elvis?
That's Elvis.
Can I get a ban in my chat for Elvis? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't.
That's funny.
He's gonna total out a water gun to my chat. Watch. I'm calling him out. I shouldn't call him out. I really
Wow, Chaos.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I got you. You can't hear it on your end. Like I can press the button, you can hear it.
I think there is a way to get your soundboard to Discord
No,
call.
but I don't know how
We
to do
haven't
it.
figured that out yet.
Who's Shiny Who? Come on. Dang it. The thing is, if I find a shiny hoodoo, all I have to do is open my mouth, and then it looks like a shiny reaction. Because I'm always like, ah!
Ah!
Scared me. Alright, thank you for the follow, Mercy. I appreciate it. I'm still not used to it being the Coliseum victory sound effect, and it just throws me off every time. It's like,
Yeah, I noticed you changed your
yeah, I wanted something different.
alerts. I want to change my alerts. I need ideas, though, and sadly, I just haven't had time to think about the ideas. So for now, it's the Pikachu rubbing his face for follows, and Raid is the Chikorita, the old alert.
Thank you for the follow, you know, Matt. Appreciate it. I have the Pikachu running across the screen. That's mine.
Yes.
I thought it'd be fun. Like I had all the Charizard things, and I'm like, it's kind of oversaturated a little bit. Let's throw something else in it. But my new favorite alert is when you, I think it's if you donate 1,000 bits, it does the Puss in Boots where he like pulls the water on it, and it plays the enough Reggie, and it's the text phrase is like somebody insert name here is being a Reggie because they're being a show off. Yeah, one of my. I'm glad I thought of that. I had that thought at work.
Yeah, that's great.
I do monotonous things. I just think about work. My work today was thinking about how to beat Soy's team for season 5.
That's
For week 5. Sorry, not
for
season
week
5.
5. I know mine's gonna be Giratina's Cry. It'll scare me so bad. Oh boy. You got this, Lewis. Yeah, I got this. Shiny Grubbin.
I need to get a Parasite Cry, and then it's just like the follow alert can be like, is that him you too?
That's funny.
I think I did I do that in the Heart Gold episode where I found...
Yes, and the Parasect. You found the Parasect. I haven't got a chance to watch today, so I'll watch it tonight.
The Parasect's a boss because Leech Life is 80 base now.
Yeah.
And you get it at like level 1. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. It's good. It was a good
Find
find.
a Zubat.
Zubat.
Zubat early on with 80 base power Leech Life would be not fun. Especially with my early game team, because I didn't have a lot of tanks besides Hitmon and Chain.
Mm-hmm.
May he ever rest in peace.
Rip.
I'll be honest. After I fought Morty, that series is kind of hard for me to do now.
Yeah.
Like I lost my like 3 of my favorite Pokemon. I'm like,
That's hard.
I have a Tony Pug that's not even a Tony Pug because it's in the witness protection, so it's called Kenya.
It's in witness protection. He goes, it's in witness protection. Do I have an Everstone in this? I do. Sweet. Now I can have the proper nature. So I'll switch out that Grubbin.
The other problem is like I recorded them in a week advance, so I don't even know what happened today.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I'd somewhat kind of tell you because I know you have a spoiler rule.
Is it
for your chat?
Today's the tower episode, right? The lighthouse.
I
think it's the lighthouse.
I thought you did the lighthouse beforehand.
Oh yeah, cause that yeah, I remember that thumbnail specifically. That was a fun episode. And I think that was last Thursday. This. Oh, this was when I went. This is Cianwood.
I think so, yeah. Alright, cool.
Yeah, because I
Even
remember
if
what
you
happens.
don't, the Everstone spawns directly to my left. Sweet. But it's okay. I got one. I got plenty. Alright, so Everstone, so the nature will always pass, so it will always be special attack over speed. Sweet. Fantastic.
I don't know that one. Mild? Is that mild nature?
I think so.
Hey Alexa,
Timid or...
what is special attack over speed? Yeah, I didn't think so, because you're not cultured, forehead.
Not cultured. Wait, is that an Everstone right there? Like, that'd be funny as heck. This Pokeball right here that I've
it's pretty
neglected
sure
this
it is.
entire time.
I think that's why I put it there.
It's a shed sale.
I'm wrong.
Y'all lied to me.
I want to get to that route so I can find Applin. And then get
Applin,
Flapple.
yep. Mm-hmm.
I want a Flapple. I want to use one so bad.
Flapple, Ruined Sword, yes.
I used it on a... I sort of made a VGC team with it. Because it does the same thing as Durant.
No, it's right near the stadium. I'm sure I already got that one, Lewis, but it's fine.
I think, and I'm not kidding, I have 13 in my main file.
Oh, yeah, it does spawn, now that I think about it. I only did that like a bunch of times. Yeah, literally to the right of the stadium, yeah. I know where you were talking about. I only did it like a bunch of times.
Yeah, I think my set for that was I ran Hustle, I had Grab Apple, Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, and then...
Yeah, but Hustlemons, I know you can't Dynamax in singles or whatever, but Hustlemons are like so good for Dynamax candidates.
Yeah, that's why I hate VGC.
Nah, it's not respawnable now. Sampai, thank you so much for the shiny luck. Thank you. You can't Dynamax in Series 10.
You can't.
That is, yeah.
And I need to get into VGC right now then. That's my problem. I was watching. Have you heard of Pulse White Games?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they have a series about like how good Pokemon are and competitive and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they did they did a Charizard one. Of course, I watched it. It's an hour and 6 minutes, by the way, for Charizard in competitive.
Oh gosh.
The first 17 minutes are gens 1 through 5. It's an hour and 6 minutes long.
Yeah. Hustlemons are good. I have a pink Darumaka that has Hustle. I mean, it depends on the Mon. You get something like Durant. Durant hits like a truck, but that accuracy drop just makes it's rough. So, if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50-50.
I got lucky. I had Durant last season at PDL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I missed one move. I don't remember what it was, but I missed it. It didn't matter, though. I think it was versus Nico. I missed a move, and it didn't really matter.
I missed a 99% accurate move.
Yeah, we know about that. Oh, I missed Rock Slide. But it was...
And Rock Slide has lower accuracy as it is.
I think it was 66% at that point in time.
Yeah, because you lose what, like 20% or something like that?
10% off.
10%.
It's 70... But I had Wise glasses, so that would be 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be 66%. Did you get it?
Yeah. Because math.
Not 10. Not the 10% off of 70. That would make it 63. And then if I get another 10%, if I get a 10% boost, wouldn't they just negate each? No, they should just negate each other.
More or less, yeah. Because
so
then
it should
you
be
get 6 points.
69,
Maybe it would be
actually.
69. Nice.
69. Nice. Yeah. Also, Grambo's kind of powerful. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it depends too. It's like, because Hustle has, you know, you hit harder, but you're more inclined to miss. That's why with Dynamaxing, your accurate is 100%.
Yeah, which is busted. Mm-hmm. Why I don't like it.
That's why a Pokemon like Durant or Flapple are good Dynamax candidates.
Right.
But you can't do that in Series 10 and VGC.
Yeah.
No Dynamaxing. I think the legends are still there, and you get a restricted mon as well.
Right. Do they allow Gigantamaxing?
Nope. No,
So there's none. Just none. Period. This is my time, boys.
I
The other
personally
part
don't.
about
I personally don't agree with it because I think that's
Yeah.
the gimmick of Gen 8.
yeah, I hate
So,
it. But, yeah. I see your
I mean,
point, but also
it would be kind of like it's like they take away megas in Gen 6. That's kind of how I look at it and feel.
I would say better analogy is they take away Z moves in Gen 7.
I mean, yeah, that too.
Z moves
In
busted.
both, yeah.
Z move busted. Gigantamax, Dynamax busted. Mega, it's not that bad.
But I mean, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying, though.
Take away one of them.
I'm not saying you agree with it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. To be fair, like the whole reason Charizard's good in Gen 6 is because it has 2 Mega forms. Like that's literally why it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you don't know which one it is, you're screwed.
You're
And if you guess wrong, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And even if you get
nice
right,
green.
you're screwed.
Nice green.
You know how much an overheat from a drought Mega Charizard Y does to anything?
A lot?
Like 100% to everything.
Ouch.
It's ridiculous.
Shiny Grubbin. No. Ah.
It is crazy how powerful that is.
Oh, look, another Grubbin.
Especially I guess they wouldn't have solar power as drought.
A lot of megas were banned, though. Imagine all of them being banned, though. You know?
They are right now.
That's. I mean, yeah, they are right now because they can't be in the game, but it's like, think back in Gen 6 when that was the thing. Imagine all of them. It's like, okay, megas are banned because that's the gimmick of this, and it's like, that's my point.
Yeah. My point is that they made a really good, battle gimmick, and then they discarded it like yesterday's trash, and then proceeded to make worse and worse gimmicks as they go along. Because
We'll
it
see
just
what they do eventually in Gen 9.
Honestly, I want them to stop trying to do gimmicks with it and just give Pokemon different movesets or something else that's going to make them better.
Mm-hmm.
Put different items. Like, I love what they did with, like, room service and a jetpack and the backpack and heavy-duty boots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, now I can bring a Charizard, not worry about it losing half its health to Stealth Rocks.
Right. Yo, what's up, Mark? Thanks for popping in, saying hi. I appreciate you. Introduced Ultra Megas? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know the bot's broken. I'm not overly happy about it. I don't know what's going on.
I think what they're just they're trying to do, in my opinion, is they're trying to find a one-size-fits-all thing where it makes every Pokemon usable in a competitive format. But the problem with that is you just make the things that are already on the top of the tiers that much better.
Right.
So the others can't touch it. Like,
Yeah.
You jump
Thanks,
in
Mark.
there
Have
with
a good one.
a Durant with Dynamax. Like, you could use an Abra with Dynamax, but it's not going to be as effective as the Durant with Dynamax.
What do I mean? The bot's broken? In Discord, nobody got pinged that I went live.
Yeah, the Utility Umbrella and the Throat Spray are also really good items, too. Yeah, that's weird.
So I gotta look at that probably after stream. Because it didn't do anything yesterday either.
It's the bot itself, because mine didn't go through either.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Which is weird because I'm in another server and it does that.
But it posted your YouTube video today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my YouTube videos run through the other thing though.
Something. I wonder if we just gotta disconnect our Twitch and then re-put it. That's what I'm gonna do after stream.
I just tweeted at him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos sounds like COD players right now. I'm sorry, Chaos. Just noticed that. Okay.
Sound like COD players? It's because I play COD. Just kidding, I don't.
Boom! Dang it. Ah.
Yo, what's up, DC? Nerd. Hey, what's up, man? And you're banned. Gotta do it. No, I haven't played COD since whenever Black Ops 2 was a thing. Besides like 2 games of Warzone. And that's because Dave and 2 were like, let's play Warzone because I'm tired of Apex. And yeah. Nope.
Grub is shiny at 223. Okay.
I assume you're in here because you have a question for me, sir. Honestly, as long as it's not Caterpie, I'm okay. But there's something else I have on this route too. Or Rookie D. Caterpie or Rookie D, I'm okay. I have those.
Catter D.
I don't need a Caterpie, I really don't.
Catter
I mean,
D.
I wouldn't mind a Butterfree.
But you use
I
this
love
so much.
Butterfree.
Yeah, you use
but-
this so much though.
No, I have every evolution of it shiny already. I don't want one.
Yeah, I mean that
What
too.
I don't have.
Blipbug.
Butterfree's like Charizard.
become Stotler and then Orbeetle. Yeah.
Butterfree's like Charizard. I never get tired of using it.
My son.
People get tired of me using it, but I don't get tired of using it.
I've used Butterfree in playthroughs before.
My
It's good.
I used it on my flying type gym team
Mm-hmm.
as the most annoying Butterfree you could possibly find. So it ran Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, and Air Slash. It had a
Oh,
Focus
boy.
Dash. So
Oh,
basically, I
boy.
put you to sleep, set up in your face, then proceed to flinch you to death.
Right.
It was my favorite thing. But I remember I had a match. I had several matches when I was doing that where I just couldn't land moves to save my butt.
Yeah.
I missed like 8 toxics in a row, and it's 90% accurate. So I'm like,
I hate the fact that it's like if it's not 100%, it seems like it's like 50-50. It's like I
Yeah.
really do. It's like you're supposed to hit 90% of the time, or 99 in my case.
Right.
Cough, cough. But it's like, bruh.
like I did Dynamax Adventures on Sunday, and I had the lamp. That's Inferno. I didn't miss an Inferno. It's 50%.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I didn't
50% accurate.
Just didn't miss, which is crazy. I mean, I had a Mon in. Oh, I'm trying to remember what series it was, but it had Fissure, and I hit like 4 in a row, and nothing had no guard. So, and Butterfree and Emerald. Oh, you're talking about your stuff. Okay. It's like I didn't have a Butterfree and Emerald, and definitely not
stuff,
one
yeah.
not one to think about. You know. Especially sitting next to a Water Absorb Charizard and no Wonder Guard, man. Like, you don't think about Butterfree at that point. Or a huge power Swallow. Like, come on. Man, I got
Sheer
stacked on that
cold.
game.
Sheer
That's-
cold. My goodness. I think of sheer cold, and I think back to the mono egg cage lock when Soy lost his Malamar to a sheer colded.
I saw
Baratech.
that. That was funny. I laughed. I'm sorry. I laughed.
It just sheer colded me. And a hit.
Well, and yep.
I didn't know I had sheer cold. The Cubchoo had it, Soy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he lost his Malamar. I didn't have to worry about it anymore because it got sheer colded to a bear.
Right. That's part of the, like, in Nuzlocke like that, I will not over level specifically for things like that to happen.
Oh, my gosh. And we
'Cause
weren't
if-
even exactly over leveling. He just wanted. Yeah, I mean, he was trying to level up a little bit, but it's like we weren't even over leveled.
Right. But like, if you're over leveled,
Obviously.
that can't happen. Like,
Yeah.
if you're higher leveled than them, those Okovos don't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's part of the, oh crap, how do I deal with this?
Mm-hmm. That was funny though. It's like we just did not have a good ending to that series. And then I was
you
stupid.
lose?
I didn't buy potions. I still don't think I
Yeah.
would have won, but
Not buy potions or something. I remember that was a meme for a while.
It still is.
Like, I'm gonna go to the Pokemart and buy potions. Jimmy.
It,
I feel like
I saw that.
I think I call you out a lot in series. I realize that.
You do, and the Heart Gold one is definitely a one that you call me out a lot.
Skyward Sword too. It's
I
a blue rupee. Hey, blue rupee. I need like. There's got to be a counter for that at some point in the chat in the comments. That's no. It's a no. Thank you for the 5 bits.
That's the best dollar I've spent on Twitch. Because you were like, stop it, and then I did it one more time, and then I stopped.
Stop, buddy.
That's funny. I was playing Wonderlock and Shield Route 10. I accidentally tried to run, and it sheer cold and killed my Blastoise. Oof. You tried to run from it, so I mean, at least you weren't fighting it. So I was like,
yeah. I'm gonna keep that in mind for when I get to that point in the game. Although I don't know, I don't think I'm nuzlocking this, so.
It's just gonna be a shiny playthrough.
Yeah, it's gonna be something I'm doing. Like, I was going through with the stuff I've done, and I'm like, the game I haven't played most recently is Sword and Shield. So, like, let's do something with it. I'm just gonna do it and have fun.
Yeah, because you can't randomize it at this point. I guess you technically can, but you gotta get like a custom firmware switch, and there's a whole bunch of shenanigans you gotta do. And it's like, ugh.
It's a pain in the butt to do.
Yeah, because I mean, I know I've seen, well, I guess technically 2 randomized Sword and Shields, but...
I've seen 2 different ones, yeah.
But yeah. Need that Blastoise, so I heard. I was so sad I had that since my Route 3 encounter. Yep. I know those feels. I mean, I lost my Vikavolt due to a lost cage match.
Yeah.
That was rough.
My problem with doing a Wonderlock, especially like I did it at the wrong time because it's right when the hidden ability starters got released. So by the time I got out of the first wild area, I had all 3 starters with their hidden abilities.
Yep.
And I didn't use Grookey because I'd used Grookey in my first playthrough. It's also my favorite Galar starter, and also I think probably one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon. I honestly love Rillaboom in the line.
Libero Cinderace is awesome.
Hey, Libero Cinderace, I want it to burn. Quite literally. All the time.
Make it a grass type and then burn it.
No, I want it to be a fire type all the time. The only reason it's good. Besides it's fast.
It's fast and it changes. It changes so quick. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun because I did Talonflame with Gale Wings and put it next to Cinderace. So then I Tailwinded, which was priority.
That's disgusting. I'm gonna vomit. That's so dull.
And then Cinderace just go burr.
No, I don't know. No.
And then after that, Talonflame went burr.
Yeah.
Actually, can believe it or not, it's like Talonflame was actually faster than Cinderace.
Right. I think that's right. Cinderace is like
so, yeah.
90 base speed?
I think it's faster than that.
97?
I'm not 100% sure what it's at. I thought
don't
it
think
was
it's
over
100.
I thought it was over 100. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Pretty sure Charizard's faster.
Sarah B.
Alexa, how fast is Cinderace?
There needs to be like an app for her to answer those questions.
I do not want to know that Cinderella's 5'8" tall. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm gonna look up.
Alexa, stop. Stop.
Cinderace is 119 speed.
Oh, that's not bad. I was wrong. Despite the fact that I had, that's still weird to me. I had Sniper Inteleon, Libero Cinderace. Guerrilla Tactics, Darmanitan, and yet the MVP of my team was Vileplume. What? What?
All it needs to do is go to Cerebi, right? Yeah. No, I see what you're saying there.
Man, I used to like Blossom and Vileplume. I played this game, got a Vileplume. Nope.
Nope.
Strength Sap OP.
Strength Sap OP.
Especially when you're fighting Leon.
So we need to do a grass-only playthrough, and you gotta have Vileplume. Or Strength Sap, or whatever.
Grass isn't even like... Grass is like one of my least favorite types, though.
Yeah.
Mostly because it has so many weaknesses.
Boom! So,
used to
my
love it.
gosh, this is not a shiny. My laptop no like stream. She says as she has a desktop downstairs.
Right. I mean, grass used to be my favorite type. Not anymore. Rip all the water starters that I never chose because I like fire and grass.
I like
Except
the
my
grass.
kit.
I like the grass.
I do. I just have a really bad time justifying putting it on a team. Besides Grookey.
I'm doing a grass-only playthrough. Now I only need a Vileplume. Nice.
You need a Vileplume. Vileplume's busted.
What was I gonna
Then
say?
who? Dang it.
I agree with you and whatnot. It's like, as much as I love Chikorita, it didn't do very well in Gen 2. It really
sucked in
didn't.
Gen 2.
It's like, and Meganium just was meh. So, it's like, which was sad, because I really love Chikorita. I love
the
its
thing
design.
The thing I love Meganium and Chikorita too. I just never will use it in Johto because I like the other two more.
Mm-hmm.
But like the problem was like they wanted to use all the gym types, obviously besides Dark. And so the three that Grass is really good against were used in Kanto, which means it wasn't gonna have a good time, and they didn't think about that.
Well, the grass type, yeah. I mean, you wanted to go through the game really quickly at the beginning. You pick the grass type. Because the first two gyms,
Water and Rock.
you just go burr, and then the third gym you resist his attacks.
Yeah, Venusaur's really good. Though Blastoise is the best of the three. Speaking statistically,
Totodile is really nice. Yeah.
I love Totodile. The problem is like. I think Totodile's my favorite base form. Quilava's my favorite second form, and Meganium's my favorite third form.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome.
So it's like, I don't know what to choose here.
I think I like Typhlosion mainly because the darn thing was fast. I always noticed that, like, Cyndaquil always went first, or Quilava, Typhlosion. It's like, the thing was fast.
Not Charizard, but yeah.
Yeah, but...
You got a flying typing and good coverage. I mean, Thunder Punch. Nobody cares.
But I noticed, like, with Totodile or Chikorita, it's like, I would be not as fast or not going first, and then you pull the Typhlosion, Quilava, whatever it was at the time, and it always seemed to go first.
I've done so many best teams of Gen 2 Johto that I don't remember what the actual the starter is for that.
Same, Lewis. Same, Lewis.
I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm gonna look at my video. So I know I did one with Totodile, I did one with Cyndaquil, but I don't remember which one actually is the best. It's Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil.
It's Cyndaquil in Gen 2 because it's physical special split.
Right.
And it's Thunder Punch, which is amazing coverage.
Yeah.
But once it
Because
becomes
Thunder
a physical
Punch back
move,
in that gen was a special move, right?
reason why Abra's busted in the game. You can buy all three elemental punches very early on, and then you psychic. It just bodies everything.
Yeah. And not to mention Abra's fast as AF.
Yep.
Image T swear almost.
130 base speed.
Yeah, it was much.
I counted at one point. I think it's 130.
You is Mood and so is Trico. Yeah, I like Trico. Trico is a lot. I like all three Gen 3 starters, actually.
Chica's my favorite now. Thank you, Shiny Mudkip.
It's like, but I think Torchic is super cute. But yeah, I like Trico.
See, I'm not a big fan of Combuskin. 120, that's close. No. Combuskin kind of. I mean, I like the typing on it that early on, but. And I would say Mudkip or Swamput's my favorite, but I can't find this. It took me 3 times odds, full odds,
Right?
in
Yeah.
and I was done.
You're like, bye. See you later. I ain't doing this anymore. Then you get Shiny Mudkip and 2 eggs.
That was 6. I'm pretty sure it was 6.
It was 6, yeah. I'm thinking of mine. My bad. Yo, ho, yo, yo. What's up, Manga Style Hero? How you doing, friend?
I mean, you're thinking of my Shiny Smoochum.
Well, that too. I was thinking of my my Mudkip was 2 eggs.
Yeah. Boom. Hey, Charmeleon's awesome. Don't you dare disrespect my son.
Charmeleon.
I will say it's a weird color, but that's about it.
Charmeleon.
Like, it is a weird color. It is like red, and it needs to be orange, and it's bugging me. But it's still kind of.
Well, it went from orange red back to orange.
Yeah, but then Charizard it makes Charizard feel a little weird because then it's not a darker red. You know, it's like it's not blood red, which I feel like it would be awesome if it was.
That would have been awesome. That would have been an awesome shiny too, you know.
That would have been freaking sick.
Yeah.
I honestly think the Charizard I have on my layout, the one I made, with Green Flames, I think that would have been an awesome X shiny.
Yeah.
Instead of like the weird color it is. I mean, it's still green and black. It's just better located. Green and black.
Yeah. Totodile, Snivy, and Squirmuddy are my top 3. Charmander is a close 4th. Nice. Charmeleon is cool. Definitely designed last of the line. Yeah. One thing that kind of bothers me is Bulbasaur body went from a bluish color to green in games now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell the shinies apart now.
Exploit. Yoha, finally found someone that's actually doing... How's the hunt going? We found a Dupiter earlier in the stream. Exclamation point recent. How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you.
I would say those are pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of Gen 5s, Maximal, but mostly because I haven't played the game a lot. I still have not beat Black and White 2.
Me neither.
Never completed them.
Me neither, but I can say that about a lot of the Pokemon games.
I think I've done 3 series on the channel. I've never beat the game. Although one of them was a, playing 2 games at one time BS thing.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, but that didn't seem to be the challenge. It was just...
The challenge was trying to put the right inputs in and not do stupid things.
I mean, maybe... I don't know. It's like... I don't know. It's I enjoyed the series, but... I think I was expecting the one controller to really mess you up more than it did.
I got used to it, I think. I didn't have a lot of... Like, I had problems with the first one of it, and then by the time I got to that point in the second time through, I figured out how to do it.
Right, yeah. Shield is the only Pokemon game I've beaten. I've beaten a few. All I see is Jimmy smiling. Mwahaha.
Yeah, I've beaten every main series game besides Black and White 2. Mostly because I played it, and then I got at that point I was getting kind of into monolocks. So I was doing like a rock and a ground type monolock of Black and White, and I was like, I want to do this, and then I'll go play Black and White 2. But I think I made it to Nimbasa City. I might have made it to. No, I made it to the Ice City, whatever that is.
I'm not sure, yeah. Trico, Squirt Bunny, and Rowlet best starters? Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Really Squirt Bunny, but yeah. Freaking hate Squirt Bunny. I know, I'm sorry, guys. I just hate it. See, my thing is something gets oversaturated, and before I get a chance to use it, I just hate it. And I hate
No,
that.
I hear that.
I hate when that happens, but it's just... I can't. Like, I will never use Wooloo because I don't like it.
Woo blue.
And I will never use Yamper because I don't like it.
Yamper. I got to Leafhorn Platinum and never did it and just restarted because I wanted Turtwig instead of Charmander. You mean Chimchar? Yo, Charmander is going cross gens, as it should, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, duh. That's starter.
Charmander!
I think that it'd be kind of fun to do a game where, you know, there's a lot of fan games that you can choose any generation starter that you want. But it'd be kind of fun to have a game where you're randomized starters or or starters from other regions. Sort of like how BDSP is going to be.
Arceus, you mean?
Arceus, yeah, right, that one. No, I wish BDSP would be like that.
BDSP, yeah.
That's Arceus.
Phone was like, no. I figured, but...
Water... Oh, it's Oshawott. Like, what's the water type? I'm like, I know it's...
Oshawott,
Rowlet,
Cyndaquil, and Rowlet, yeah.
But I'm like, what's the water type? I don't know.
We don't talk about that, apparently.
It's going to be a hard choice for me because I don't know if I want to choose Rowlet or Cyndaquil.
I'm doing Cyndaquil.
I mean, I've always been Rowlet gang. But... I don't know, man. I'm very picky on my fire type starters. That's my problem.
I need to get more eggs.
I think it's I've used Oshawott like every time I play Black and White. Besides the one I used best team and I played with Embor.
Embor, yeah.
I don't know. I think like my other thing is before the game even comes out, I already know what my team is. So like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I know what my team's gonna be if I can get it, which might be a problem.
I still want to do a turtle-only playthrough of that if we can. I really hope that I can transfer eggs into BDSP from Sword and Shield because I'll totally doing that.
I might have to ask for some help on that because a lot of my Pokemon are trait evolutions and like
yeah, I got no issue doing that.
And one of them is I can't get until the 7th gym, technically. So if I could trade it and then get one and then get it back, that'd be pretty fun. I do have the problem with Gen 4 having a lot of really good Pokemon, but they're all post game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All the like added evolutions of old gen Pokemon, like Togekiss and Electivire, Magmortar, those kind of things are all like battle resort things. So that's where you get the item.
Yeah. No, you can't put them in home. That's why I'm hoping that you can transfer them directly from Sword and Shield. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility though.
Oh. Like you're gonna hatch the turtles in. You're gonna breed for the turtles and then send them over.
Try to hatch them in BDSP so that way the OT is proper.
Right.
I mean, I guess I guess I could technically do that. That makes it annoying though.
The problem I
also got to be careful of over leveling too.
The problem I have is how do you get, what do you trade back across?
Well, if I can get Pokemon home and I could just throw a bunch of, we'll say, Grubbins, or something that's actually in that game, and
yeah,
then I just trade.
Shinx would be perfect.
Shinx.
Right there on the first route.
So I'll just do a bunch of those from Pokemon Home, or like I said, just find something that it can take, and just throw that in there.
The Raptor's not in this game though. not in Sword and Shield.
223 wasn't correct. Whoever said that, I think Lewis said it.
Pretty sure it was Lewis.
Womp womp.
So I didn't say Bidoof or Kricketot or any of the other early route Pokemon. It's only Shinx.
Shinx,
I
yeah.
mean, you could get Badoo, but you have to get to Jubilife for that. If the encounter table's the same. And if it is, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah, but I gotta get a bunch of them, Wolfos. How am I supposed to get a bunch if they're not in Sword and Shield, you know? That's what we're saying.
Yep. I'm going to get the Caterpie, aren't I?
No.
I have a bad feeling about this.
No.
Insert the Obi-Wan Kenobi meme.
You're
Just
gonna
kidding.
get the Grubbin. Because I said yes.
I want it. I want to get it this stream. Like, I had a good feeling about this stream. But there's no green shinies on this route, so kind of
Sadly, no.
screwed.
But yeah, no, you can't put eggs directly in home. That's why it's like,
Yeah, 'cause it's dumb. It doesn't want to make life easier for shiny hunters. You don't want a bunch of eggs, because I have a box of eggs that I want to get rid of, and I don't know what I'm doing with it.
yeah. You can't keep the item on said Pokemon either. Once it goes into home, it goes right back in your bag. That kind of sucks.
Do you need to go back to Let's Go and get the rest of my shinies out?
Out?
Oops.
Yeah.
Because I was training them up in my party when I was shiny hunting, so I have like 12 shinies that I can't bring over.
If I ever have some time, and I don't know if anybody would be interested in like a box cleaning stream, but I've thought about that. But I'm gonna have to have time, and it'll probably be like a day or a couple of days where I have time off from work.
I'm probably gonna do it after PDL because I kind of don't want to mess with my stuff until
Right.
I can show people my boxes.
Yeah, I kind of started. Yeah, I kind of started doing that before PDL, and then I just kind of am like, okay, I'm done. Yo, what's up, Gold? How you doing? Enjoyed the recent clip? Hi, Skylar. What's up, buddy?
My thing is, I want space for Masuda if I do that again, but I also want to have the chance to, like, I do the lottery every day, so I want the chance to get a Master Ball.
Right. That makes sense. Need to
So
clean
I
my
don't wanna-
boxes? Yeah, that's a mood with everybody. You gotta wait after Camp Yoha? Yeah. I mean, I release as I go. I found that to be just much easier. So.
I don't. And it makes sense, but it makes sense for the way you do your Masuda hunts. Doesn't make sense for the way I do mine.
Mm-hmm. No good special attack. Rip.
That's bad.
It's actually kind of funny because Charjabug actually has a higher attack than special
It's
attack.
that, right?
Then it switches to Vikable, and then it just goes burr.
I hate when it does that. Makes me upset. Trying to think, there's another Pokemon that does that, and it just grinds my gears. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a good special Pokemon, and then it's like, nope, I'm a physical attacker now. Sorry.
Wolfos, I like how your phone auto caps chaos.
I don't. Hey, it's what it is. Poop. So I need to make sure there's a green shiny on every route, because that's what I'm gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be here till I'm over odds.
Uh, 846, you get the shiny score bunny and it wasn't hidden ability. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend.
The good news is ability patches exist.
Yeah, ability patches do exist, but I don't know if you just want to hatch for the hidden ability just to say that you did it that way or whatever. But regardless, I wish you the best on your next hunt if you are doing it. But congrats on the shiny regardless.
That's good. It's a fun shiny.
Whee!
No. Okay, I didn't get the Wooloo. Cool.
No. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what's going on? What happened? Wooloo.
I almost clipped the Wooloo and I don't want one because I know if I run into it, eventually it's gonna be shiny and I don't want it.
Bah.
That would be bad.
It would be very bad.
Sorry.
I'll keep going because Living Dex, and I'm also super pumped. I'm still super pumped. Oh, Living Dex. Yeah, that's another good reason to go for another one.
All right.
Nice. Well, good luck.
I need to do a Grookey, and then I'm done with the little bit.
Cookie. I kind of need to go back for the starters because I stopped. I didn't hunt for them until the hidden abilities came, and then
right.
I went for them. I think the only one I haven't done is Sobble, and I still have that hacked Sobble from the eggs from SES that one day.
I don't have
Forgot it was hacked, honestly.
I didn't get a hidden ability Sobble when I got mine shiny. It was regular. But I'm like, I don't care. I'm not doing this again because it took like 2,000 some encounters. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
If I get a shiny sheep, it's not the end of the world. One, because I don't have a shiny double because I only did one of these hunts
Right.
for Wooloo. But also I have a double on my team and I don't want that.
I had double on my very first sword team.
No.
I went and watched that back. I forget exactly when I did it, and I can tell I was still not used to live stream. I guess doing a live series, if that made sense for YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, "What is up, my turtles? My name is Jimmy," and I was just so monotone and no energy, and it was so weird.
It is kind of weird to do live series. I mean, I've talked about Skyward Sword a lot, but I'm enjoying the game, so I'm okay with it.
Right.
But I didn't want to tell people. I mean, if you didn't figure it out, there's a giant IC logo on the freaking layout, so I don't know how you didn't figure it out. It's right there. Like, how do you miss that?
Right. Yeah.
But also, like, I didn't want to be like doing intros and stuff because, you know, it was supposed to be a new series, and I mean, I could have done it, and people would be like, "Oh, it's just gonna be like 20 years down the road." Once he finishes Fire Emblem finally in 2019, since he's been playing it since 2019. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I wish they had a setting where you put your up and down instead of left, right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. That would help. I just gotta get a bot to do that. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get a full box, but yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about because I have to reorganize the eggs each and every time. I mean, I don't have to do that, but like I gotta make it a row so I can grab them super easy like that, and then I drop down by one and it fills. I get a full box of eggs, then start hunting. Yeah, I don't do that.
Just get 5, so I only have that maximum 4 left over.
Mm-hmm.
Done. I hate.
Well, yeah, you switch every time you talk to her in the party, and you go one by one. Where I hatch all 5 at once.
I won't talk to her unless I have an open slot on my team. He's switched out.
While collecting eggs because the game makes it harder. Yeah.
I mean, we did talk about putting Skyward Sword after this section of Fire Emblem, but it's a new game. It makes sense to.
While collecting eggs because the game makes it harder. Yeah, that's fine though. I'm
also,
fine
it worked out really well. It worked out really well because Damien talked about motion controls in Skyward Sword on the last episode of Gaming News.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm glad we didn't talk about that, but I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, we wanted to bring the Skyward Sword series immediately to the channel, And in all honesty, that was part of the reason why the schedule had a pretty had a shift, I would say.
Yeah. We all shifted up a day.
So, but there's also something else coming that also required a shift. So, so yeah.
This is the first time in a while you had to edit. I mean, I tend to edit immediately after I'm done doing anything anyway. Like, all the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are edited and uploaded, actually. They're just not visible. All the episodes of Fire Emblem are uploaded and edited. So my thing is, like, timestamp text file, and if I let that go too long, it just gets cluttered up, and I hate it, so...
Yeah.
We'll try to edit it.
Sense.
I meant to edit Skyward Sword last night after stream, but I didn't do it because I was just exhausted. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, no, I'm tired. I'm just chilling here. Chilling with chat, chilling with chaos. I'm tired. I'm still, I guess, I think I'm still recovering from last week, if I'm going to be completely honest. Last week was hell. Pardon my language, but...
I've had back issues this whole week. I noticed it on Sunday, and like I'll come home, like my back's killing me. I'll wake up the next day, it's fine. After work, it sucks again. And I'll get to lunch and then it sucks.
Yeah. The Pokemon Go guy, how you doing, my friend? I've been meaning to follow you. Now I have a chance to also remember from Tillard's. Yeah, I do remember you. Welcome in, my friend. It's good to see you. Well, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome on into the Tortuga Show. Guys, we really haven't plugged the multi too much, but exclamation point multi. You know, I'm streaming with my good friend Chaos. But yeah, they found it, but it's good stuff. But welcome into the stream. I appreciate you popping in, checking out the stream. We're doing some Camp Yoha challenge. Speaking of Tiller, but yeah, I'm glad to be here.
I'm doing the last
glad to have
challenge.
You. Yeah, yeah. Chaos is doing the Great Galar Shiny challenge there, race. Yeah. Even though I guess I don't know who you're racing, but
moron. I'm racing my will to keep shiny hunting.
Yeah,
it's not working well.
Yeah,
it's trying to win.
Yeah, sadly that link doesn't work on mobile, but
right. That's true.
Jimmy is tired. I'm starting to really feel it now. Ugh.
Ironically,
I want to get to 10 at least.
I'd like to get to 2,500, but
yeah.
I also like to find a shiny, so.
I want to find the scrubbin because I know I'm not going to hunt it tomorrow.
I mean, I want to find mine too. I know I'm gonna hunt it tomorrow if I don't. I don't want to do that.
Team Greninja, so far I've got a full odd shiny Scyther, no shiny Charm, and 12 checks. Yo, nice.
Holy
Pokemon
cow.
Go guy. Very nice.
Nice.
Yo, go Greninja there. Let's get it.
Can I have that luck? Because I'm doing every route in this game, and I need that. The thing I think about with this challenge is think about all those times you played Pokemon and you found a shiny while just playing the game.
Right.
I'm doing that, but I can't move on until I find a shiny.
Until you find the shiny. And you're doing full odds, so that could take you a long time.
Right.
But those hunts are always rewarding because you can say, hey, I got that shiny Grubbin. It was full odds. It's like, and that's also the rarest in the route. That makes it all the much more valuable to you. I think that's epic.
Yeah, Sword and Shield remakes come out. Hey, I finally got all the shinies in the original.
That's funny.
We did it, guys.
That wasn't transferred from one of your old games. Yo, congratulations on your first shiny in Sword and Shield.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Very nice.
You remember what yours was? I know mine was Daramaka because I love that thing.
In Sword and Shield?
Yeah.
I'm a suited in 4 eggs. I got a shiny unevolved Manectric. What the frig is it? Electric.
Right.
I couldn't think of its name for a second. Unevolved Manectric. But yeah, I got that in the first. My first ever shiny, excluding the Red Gyarados, of course, was a shiny Spinnerack in the original gold.
Mine was a random shiny Oddish while grinding my Charizard, beat Misty in Fire Red.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did say Charizard because I had a Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
It was like level 50 by the time I fought Misty.
Good.
I had to be. Again, I said first Pokemon I got to level 100 with Charizard. Misty is the problem. Is the reason for a lot of that.
You didn't need to get it to 50, but you know that's fine. We're fine.
When I was a kid, I didn't know how to play the freaking game.
We got it in 20 minutes. Hunting Magikarp and ORAS. Nice. Nice.
I'm like, fire breathing dragon use fire move on water type because it evaporates. No,
it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Mitch is fine.
The sad part about the sad and also awesome part about this Latias that I found is that I had to start another shiny box with my main copy. I have 3 boxes now. Well, I have 2 full ones. So
2 full boxes. Now I gotta get a third. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Start a third. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It means the shiny hunting is started, is going well. I don't know why I said it that way, but
Name is cheap voice acting.
yeah, I'd be bad at it. I've tried.
It's funny because like we did the invisible radio thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one that does like voices consistently, mostly because I just find it fun and entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I can't do a Scooby-Doo impression to save my life. You know. And it just ends up being mumble, which is fine.
I'm background.
I'm back. Yeah. You guys see that landscape? That's Jim James. You're looking beautiful today, man.
He was the invisible mansion there. It was always Jim James the whole time. Hi, Jim James.
It was funny to do that though, because like nobody else had done voice acting really, or you know, really had practiced it.
I was like super busy with it, and I just decided not to, or with my stuff or whatever was going on, and I just didn't get a chance to do it.
Well, you joined. I think we were 3 episodes in, and you joined.
Okay.
That was when we put both you and Celix in, and you guys were like, "Yeah, you guys already started this. Go ahead and finish it." I'm like, I can write you in the script.
Probably should have let you, but hindsight's 20/20.
I mean, even if it was just
Next time,
I'd have you as Dave's cronies. You know, you could be the guys pulling the strings, the literal strings.
Yeah.
For the chandelier that fell on Tekken's head. Yeah. Just fun. I can't remember if I had to write him out of the script or not. He left.
I don't think so.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't think so. You just kind of... I don't think he did his parts. I think somebody else took over.
No, he did all his lines.
I think. Or maybe, yeah.
I think I know what it was. He only did 1 take of them. And so like some of them were kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And so like one of them was yelling swears at the top of his lungs. I was like, it's 2 a.m. I'm not yelling this. I'll record it later. It was later and he hadn't recorded it. So I had to like find a clip of it and put it in. Or do it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to kill Tui that way. There was no other way he was gonna die. Okay.
!IC if you guys are confused.
Yeah. I wrote the script. The thing is, I had the beginning done, and I kind of like, I was between Peter and Dave being the bad guy.
Peter.
And so I didn't know where it was gonna end up. Eventually, I decided it had to be Dave because there was no other reason to put Dave in the script at that point. He really didn't have any lines until the last episode.
That was funny. I'm at 180 for Dupiter. I have another full box, so I'll probably end the night at 240. Nice.
But I had that first. I went back and looked at it. I'm like, I should have wrote more for the other episodes. Like episode 1's like 7 minutes long, and the rest are like 2 or 3. The final ones I think is like 6 or 7 again.
Yeah. Well, the first and last one ended up being,
Right.
you know, the best.
Well, the fun part is like the last episode, Dave's like had like a 20-minute video of his voice lines. I had like a 30-minute of mine. Because it was only like, it was basically just me and him, and I was doing the narration too. So it's like I had 2 characters, he had 1. That's how we're doing it. I really liked how I liked how it ended. I thought that was good, but there's some things I'd go back and change.
Yeah, well, this is the first time you had ever done something like that, right?
First time I'd wrote in a screenplay
Yeah, so
for voice acting.
do it up. This is
I
why
was
it's
very-
like, I mean, I really do enjoy my new job and whatnot, but I still do think I would love to try to pursue content creation as full time. If that was ever on the table,
Right.
I would try to pursue it. I really would.
I would too. I've actually thought, I've had a couple of thoughts, and I'm like, you know, I could go back. School costs a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and college costs a lot. Just a lot of you probably well know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do I really want to invest all this money into this if I could be a content creator full time? I'm like, I could do it. The thing is, I wouldn't make enough money to, you know, sustain myself. So like, if I'm
Yeah.
living with somebody, that's fine. But at that point, I'm probably selling my car. I'm probably selling a lot of things that I don't need, and then just living off the bare minimum. And I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, I have this thing in the background that's just like, you know, this isn't gonna work out. That like, that could, if it crashes and nothing happens with it, I'm just stuck as a guy with no college degree, no anything, and I'm gonna be working something
that's
I don't want
why-
to do.
That's why it's nice. It's like I have this job, but I can kind of pursue content creation a little bit, you know, as I have time and whatnot. But
You're a
but
lot
I
older than
can't.
me.
I don't have. Well, yes, but it's like. But I have. You know, I'll try to do this as much as I can on, you know, breaks and everything. I'll take days off for, you know, game releases. I do plan to take the Friday off for RCS and BDSP. I do plan to take those days off.
It's cool.
So that way I can, you know, be up bright and early to play it. I don't think I'm going to do a midnight stream like I did with Sword and Shield, since it's basically going to be, just, again, it's Gen 4 remade. It's not like it's a brand new series of Pokemon game. Now, when Gen 9 comes out, I will probably do a midnight stream. Yo, what's up, Tommy? How you doing? Welcome to the
Tommy.
stream.
Yeah, college is very expensive. I probably will play it at midnight. You guys know me, I don't like to do my first series live.
Right.
Mostly because every time a new game releases, I have something I have to go to that's out of
Right.
town, and I have to drive to it, so I can't. If I
Well,
want to play the game, I have to play it off stream because I can't stream.
try to figure out how I wanna do it. How we doing today? We're doing pretty well. We got the shiny Dupiter earlier, excuse me, in the stream, and then we're just chilling with Chaos! Exclamation point multi, my friend. Hope you were well.
I do remember when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out. That day, I had to drive, like basically cross state to go to a meeting. For other stuff.
3 a.m. Lewis.
When Let's Go came out, I had a thing for a school thing I was working on that I had to drive to a different state to go to, and And then when I don't know what happened when Sword and Shield came out. There was something that
I thought you had like a family gathering or something because it
probably
was right
came
around
at
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was at home for
If
Thanksgiving.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything.
That was really funny because I streamed from like midnight to 3 or 4. I woke up, streamed Friday after I woke up at like noon. And then I was supposed to stream Saturday, and my cousin came over, and we ended up just doing nothing but raids. My cousin and my friend. So I ended up not streaming at all on Saturday, and I finished the game. I was like, I want to finish the game, so I'm finishing it on Sunday.
I remember that, but it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I know I found your channel when you were doing Sword and Shield. It was right before you became an affiliate, because I was your first sub.
My channel?
Yeah. 22 months ago. Whatever that was.
Sword and Shield? Yeah.
I know you were doing Let's Go hunts, and
Sword and Shield came out, what, 2019?
yeah. So I found you beginning of 2019. Because you were doing Let's Go.
Yeah, the beginning of 2019. Yeah. I was gonna say, I think you found my channel because you were doing the Let's Go. Your 20 ended up being a 6-hour stream.
Oh yeah.
Resetting the legends. I was like, no, you found me through Let's Go.
I know I found you through Let's Go. I'm just saying I found you like right before Sword and Shield came out, though.
Oh yeah, before Sword and Shield. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I got confused.
Industry confusion.
Because I started streaming in January 2019, got affiliated April 1st, 2019.
I think it was March. I want to say it was March it came in.
No, it was April 1st.
Well, when I joined the stream.
Yeah. No, it was April 1st when I got affiliated. It's actually pretty funny.
What a joke. Well.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's like Green, I'm assuming you I love how I call you just Green. I don't even call you Lewis anymore. You heard me right. 3 a.m. is when Unite releases our time, which is Eastern for anybody in chat who didn't know that.
You know me, Wolfos. I'm always busy. I'm always doing something, so, you know. I'm like this in real life, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're one who doesn't like to waste time.
I hate wasting time. It's my biggest pet peeve. Even more than somebody not using punctuations in their messages.
Sorry.
Not you. Also, you use the wrong kind of your. It should be you are, not your with no.
I was wondering. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be up. No, I'm not going to be up. I got to work in the morning, so yeah.
That's a period, not a comma, by the way.
Sure, I didn't need a full night's sleep. Not at all.
Should have been. I really should have been an English teacher.
Yeah.
I missed my calling in life, guys.
Could have been Lewis's English teacher.
Lewis would not like.
Gosh, they would have needed one. My goodness. Lewis sadly went through like 3 or 4 English teachers in less than a year. When I had him, it's like it sucked.
I swear you're doing this on purpose now, just to mess with me, because you are just not doing punctuation. You're fucking the crap out of me. I am half awake. I drink iced coffee.
I am half awake. I drank some iced coffee.
I am half awake. Period. Colon, semicolon, something like all the above are correct punctuations.
Make that a rule. It's like if you're not punctuating correctly, count it as spam.
I would have nobody in my chat, sir. I must be a grammar class comma rule. Sorry, I can't like
no.
It just.
See,
you do grammar for a year in
grammar.
English, and you'll be like me.
Grammar.
My sister was
yes,
worse
I
than
did. Well,
Yes, I did. Ugh.
the one.
Yes, I did. Period. Ugh. Can't help it, me.
So we knew the one teacher was quitting in November. We
Right.
knew that. It's like, and then we had a heck of a time keeping that role filled the rest of the year for whatever reason.
So
Like,
basically,
oh my
your
gosh.
school, the English teacher was basically the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah. I'd have off my hunt till tomorrow. Been hunting since 1 p.m. after work, only functioning off G Fuel. Well, I hope you get some good rest, Senpai. We'll be done soon, TM.
Anybody else try
Hashtag no punctuation king.
a licorice G Fuel can?
Yeah.
I want to know how many people have tried it, because like I didn't know about it until I found it today.
I have not. I
Got a
didn't
C
know it was
minus.
a thing.
Oh my lord! How do you get a C minus? English is easy. Got an A plus. I didn't even try. Mostly because I'm correcting grammar. Like I feel like I was one of the teacher's least favorite person, because I would just come in there and correct it, like especially in an English class. I'd just be like, "You said that wrong." She's like, "What do you mean?" It's like it should be phrased this way. They're like, "You're right," and begrudgingly, "You're right." Or stuff.
Yeah. I remember the
Did
one
this
that
thing-
just up and left. Yep. And then the last one that you had, all of a sudden, it's like he was in the middle of his lesson and he grabbed you by the collar. That scared the crap out of me. I was like, what the frig is he doing?
That's Manga Title 9.
It's like, I don't know if he realized, but he could have gotten some deep...
Shiitake mushrooms. No. You've seen Austin Powers, right? No? So
I've
this
seen
is-
bits and pieces of it, and I've obviously heard the stories of it, but
there's the scene and they're in like one of the guys' offices and they're talking to him, and like they have, because they're speaking a different, I think they're speaking Japanese, I'm not quite sure what it was, but they're speaking a different language, and it has like subtitles in the video, and like the subtitles are white, so they'll have like white books or something on the shelves and it'll cover up words. So he's like, the guy is offering him some shiitake mushrooms, and the white books are behind take mushrooms. Here, have some. Oh, you read is the S word.
yeah.
Like, you doing what? Because Austin's obviously reading the text.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he's saying that. I think that's gold member. I want to say it's a gold member. It's
Yeah.
the grammar word. Yes, you were right, Lewis.
Yeah, because he knew me, he didn't realize no one knew we knew each other. It's like, yeah, I came up to you, and it's like, but I wanted to say something, I decided not to, and it's like, I still think I should have said something. It's like, that was just, it's like, in today's day and age, that was just, it's like, it was inappropriate.
Also, grammar
It
is
was
spelled with
the
an A
Gold
on it.
Member movie, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's got my back.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Lewis, grammar is spelled with an AR, not ER. Grammar. Sorry,
Now
can't help
that's
it.
spelling.
It's still grammar, okay?
English.
Grammar covers spelling and mechanics. And phrasing.
Mechanics.
Yes,
That's how I
Tom, I
learned
know
how
I-
to spell
no, Tom.
mechanics, by the way. It's like just mechanics with
Yeah.
the CH in the middle there.
I do the same thing with
Break fast.
that. I was trying to think. There's one I do it with all the time, and I say it that way. Sometimes. I just can't think of what it is now. I can't think of what it's called now.
I'm only fluent in English, but I'm learning Japanese and Italian. Nice. Learning new skills. Love it. Love it. Good luck.
I am fluent in gibberish. That is about it. Take it or leave it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my god, no.
And triggered.
Banned. I can ban you, sir.
I'm waiting for it, to be honest. Oh wait, I forgot I'm fluent in nonsense. Yeah. I don't think anybody forgets that, so I don't know. I had to stop my autocorrect. That's funny.
At least there's no problem with that one. So. Oh, cool.
He put the number. He put the number 4.
That's
instead of like typing out the word, you know.
I'll deal with
for
it.
the
I'll
number
deal with
4.
It's not a number above 10, but I'll deal with it. Okay. I'll tell you again. Dude, the numbers and writing is a different story. I'm okay with that.
When you're writing a check, you actually have to spell the number.
Yes. But if it's a number above
clear.
If it's a number above 10, you can write the number. But if it's not, you have to write the number up. Oh my god, stop it. So what you're telling me, you're going to play some golf? It's 4 times?
4 times.
Hey, Rick. Checks are not bad.
I forgot there was a third form of 4. 4 times.
Gonna ban people.
I hated writing checks. Wolfos, I've come to realize you hate adulting.
Wolfos hates everything. That's just how it is at this point. Especially a guy in a little green tunic with a sword.
Keeps killing her.
Get wombo comboed.
Yeah.
Don't hate everything. Why are we talking about the spice, please?
What?
They're talking about spices. They got times.
Spice. The times. I read that as thimes, by the way. Who doesn't hate adulting? I mean,
some days.
I don't like all aspects of it, but I also like my freedom.
Yep.
I don't like to be told by my parents when to do things when they want me to do said things.
Right.
Now my mom and dad do that, and I can choose to ignore it. Most of the time, I still listen. Most.
Yeah, most.
But that's also my choice now. So.
See, I have this weird complex that they'll tell me to do or ask me to do something, and I will be like, no, but I'll do it anyway.
No.
Like, no, I'm not, because I want to be defiant and say no, but then I just go ahead and do it. Like, can't you just say yes? Can't you just be like, I'm gonna do it? Stop me. You got a lot of ellipses in that, man.
That's right. I'm an adult. Well, I guess I'll just gotta get a mortgage and die. Man. Obviously much more to it, but I mean, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta do what you want to do. I mean, my dad, it's like he's never owned a house. He's been in an apartment more or less. I think the only time he lived in a house was when I was born, when me and my mom... when him and my mom were still together. That lasted for about another 8 years after that, and then they separated. But that was the only time I think he owned a house, and every other time he's rented. He didn't want to be tied down by a mortgage. He wanted to be able to go when he wanted to go, or where he wanted to go. Also, his rent is dirt cheap, and the apartment is not that bad, so...
That's what I want.
Utilities...
Honestly, until like, or if I ever settle down, I would stay with living in an apartment.
In all honesty, part of the reason why I decided to buy the house... Yo, Garvdor, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on into the Tortuga Shell. part of the reason I wanted a house was because there were no apartments available in my area that were that allowed pets, and I wasn't gonna give up my cat.
Right. Cat.
It's like, and I just kept looking and looking, and I got talking to somebody at my old work, and he said there was a way that I could get a mortgage, even though I really didn't have a ton of money. And I made it work.
It's all about that credit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on your team now. Yo, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for popping in. How are you today? Running around my area is sky high. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
it's like, I also was tired of landlords not doing work.
Right.
The landlord, I had issues with my old roommate. That's why I wanted to move out. It's like I just wasn't going to deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry. Tickle in my throat. But that's why I decided to get out of that house that we were renting that house too. So it was just the two of us in that one building, if that makes sense. I also got kind of tired of apartments because I also felt like I needed to be quiet.
Yeah.
Just for my basically direct neighbors.
Yeah, that's weird. In my opinion, as long as it's not like middle of the night, you're fine. It's like that would be the only problem I have. You haven't found anywhere you want to stay yet? Well, you're just too particular, honestly. You want my opinion on it, you're just too particular. Plus, you keep going places that it costs a lot to rent. You need to find somewhere that's not that expensive.
Gas just said I charge too much.
I don't know how much you charge, and that's not my business.
Mitch with the hydrated, thanks so much.
But I'm saying, like, you know, the countries, yeah, that's not the right word. The states you were going to are notorious for high rent.
You're not wrong.
So, like, you need to go somewhere that's not high rent. And you need to find something that's not McDonald's to be your job. That's the big problem. You need something that's not McDonald's. Because you're not happy with it and you keep going back to it. Which isn't helpful. You're welcome.
Sometimes it's taking that initiative to get outside your comfort zone, too. It's like, yeah, you don't want to do this, or that, but sometimes you got to do it.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. I mean, that's, again, part of adulting.
Yeah. So I loved my old setup where, you know, I had a house to myself. It was nice. Didn't have to really pay for much. And then I threw it all away because I didn't want to do that anymore for my life. And I say threw it all away, but I'm happier than I would have been. Despite the fact that I have the heartache of, you know, moving constantly and trying to figure out where I'm going.
Yeah. And I will say, this house is not my end-all location. I think my next house will be.
Yeah, the one where we all moved to, you know.
Yeah.
New Mexico, no, Texas, and then stay with Louis.
Yeah, El Paso. We're gonna go stay with Louis.
Yeah, that one. Streamer house. They put me in the ceiling because that's where I belong.
That's funny. I do want to, I mean, obviously at some point, it's like, I just want to get a bigger house. In all honesty, it's like, there's issues with this one. But, nothing that's not fixable, but I would like to eventually have a family and whatnot, and this house won't do it.
Right.
It's too small.
My problem is, like, I'm very family oriented, and so, like, my family's moving all over the place, and I'm not helping that because I'm moving completely away from them.
Yeah.
For school. But I've always kind of been, like, the solo flyer and I come in for holidays kind of guy. I mean, I still talk to them. But we're going to be more than a day's travel apart.
Right.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Especially like if some things take place. Not for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
other people.
My friend group have been seriously talking about creating a community like the Shrine for us. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it. You know, making a streamer community, streamer house, and whatnot. But it's like obviously that's going to be a lot of money, and you know we'd have to be 125,000,000% dedicated to it.
Well, we got Cakeville.
So yeah.
Whatever it's called. Emergency happens. Yeah, I hate that. I would hate to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to be able to jump in a car and be there in an hour.
Well, and that happened back when my grandfather passed. My aunt lives down in Alabama, and it took her because of flights were pretty booked, and it took her. Let's just say she wasn't there when he passed because she couldn't get there.
And I know I still got all 4 of my grandparents, and none of them are in really good shape. I mean, my one grandmother is okay, because she's young. She's the youngest one. She's only like 70-something, so she's not bad. But the other one's not doing well. And that's part of the things I have to attend to before I go back to school, because like I'm gonna be further away, and it's gonna be harder to get back. So, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want an 18-hour drive to see my family.
No.
That's the problem. I mean, I lived behind my grandmother when I was growing up. So, like, if I wanted to go see my grandmother, I walked a minute up the hill. Said, hey, grandmother, what you got for dinner? Am I still banned? No, you're tight in chat. Fred. You never were banned. Joke.
That's funny. That's funny. I have one set of grandparents. My other grandma lived and passed away in Missouri. We had to drive 16 hours to get there. Yep.
I don't want that. I come in peace.
Mm-hmm.
You come.
Yeah.
Did you bring the cookies, though?
No, I brought the Totodile, though. I'm okay with that.
Yep. Ah! I knew I kept you around for a reason. You brought the cookies. Now I can actually make the threat. Join me, Luke. We have cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm part of the reason I've been to a handful of funerals, and I'm very awkward because I don't know how to handle it, because I haven't had it happen to somebody who's really important to me.
Yeah, no, my grandparents were the worst.
I mean, my great grandmother passed away when I was like 3. I saw her like twice in my life, and I was 3. I didn't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the problem. No Wooloo, no Jimmy. I don't want a Wooloo. We want Grubbin. We're both hunting Grubbin.
Grubbin.
The fact that I haven't known. Yeah, I also don't belong at funerals because my coping mechanism is humor, and that's not what anybody wants when they're at a funeral. Like, that is the only coping mechanism I have.
Yeah.
And it does not go well.
Well, especially if you say the wrong thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I do that.
I had somebody do that. Not at a funeral that I know, but I remember hearing the story of it, and it was like, and obviously he didn't mean any harm, but ugh.
Yeah.
Yo, Pokemon Go guy, enjoy your sleep, my friend.
Yeah, enjoy your night, man.
Along,
Sambo,
you
got me.
Yeah.
That is my coping mechanism.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, it fits my personality because I try to make the best out of everything.
Well, and that's what you gotta do.
Because otherwise, you're just gonna be sad and depressed and like Wolf all the time. Lazy face. Called out. Again, this is my humor. Like, oof. I'm making the best of the situation here. It helps a lot for me. But also, like, part of the reason I'm extremely busy all the time is that I'm avoiding thinking about things. I am very much a workaholic, and I know this, but I'm not changing my ways.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm a workaholic in moderation. I know when to take breaks.
Moderation. Yeah.
Because I know when my body needs a break, but I also know when I need to keep working to get out of the funk.
Yeah, I just like streaming.
I do too. I had a conversation.
That's why we still do it.
I've had a lot of conversations with my friends, and they're like, "We need to find, like, your problem is that the only thing that really brings you the happiness is streaming." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it's a problem." Like, I was in school, I hated doing school. I've always hated school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, I'm good at it. But, like, this is what makes me happy, and this is what I want to do. Which makes me extremely frustrated when it goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
There
this
might
is my
be
favorite.
opportunity for me to go back to school, get my master's. We'll see.
A lot of money. Just telling you.
Well, yes, but my problem is that if that happens, content's gonna take a back seat.
Right.
And that's what I'm struggling with. It's like,
So I've always told myself once I started streaming, I'm never gonna let the last time I tried to quit streaming and making content, and I came back to it, I'm like, you know, this is something that makes me happy. There's no reason that it shouldn't be in my life. I'm always gonna make time for it to happen, and that if that means hyper overscheduling everything, I will hyper overschedule everything so I can do it.
Yep. I'm gonna get some sleep, guys. Have an amazing rest of your night, and keep doing amazing job streaming. And all the shiny luck to you both. Senpai, thank you so much for popping into the stream, hanging out for a little bit. Have a good one, my friend.
I would use Yumichi, but it takes
That's
too long to
fine.
fight.
It's fine. It's easy.
Takes too long to fight. Also, this happens a lot. It's been happening a lot, like at least once a week. We get into like deep conversations.
Mm-hmm. Agreeing with the shiny luck, thank you.
I know, I kind of like it.
I
Usually,
like talking about the real world and whatnot. I've always enjoyed talking about, you know, where are we going in the future, and actually putting forth a plan and following said plan to do it. Because you can say all you want. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. 5 years later, you still haven't even attempted to do that thing that you said that you were going to do 5 years ago. It's like, I'm about making things happen and whatnot, and it drives me. It does drive me nuts when people say they're going to do something like major and then not do it. Even minor, honestly, but
not that deep. Not that deep of conversation, Elvis. Don't need to talk about childbirth. I'm okay. I'm good about that. Right.
Actions speak louder than words. Exactly. My goal in life is to build up people as best as they possibly can. As best as I possibly can. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
It sounds like you got deep. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, you take that one. I'll deal with like life stuff. It's not giving life stuff.
We got deep. Oh gosh.
I don't want that. Check quote 73. Oh my gosh.
Going burr.
I don't know if I want to. Honestly, don't think I want to.
I'm over to the shiny hunt right now, but I still want to do spiders, so I'm trying to push myself to hunt. And you know what else helps you? Is actually watching a stream of somebody hunting. Because that helped me. 100%. Yep. It's like, and then I was like, you know what? I could do this. And that's why I started streaming.
Yep. Well, that's how you started.
Mm-hmm. I was watching HDV on YouTube. He inspired me to shiny hunt. A-Drive inspired me to start streaming.
Right. I don't think I found A-Drive or Matt until after I started doing content.
Nice. I mean, I was doing content. It was actually Jacksepticeye that kind of inspired me to start content. Because that was the type of content I made, and it's still on the channel. 2016, 2017, Image Tortuga.
Hey,
Different
Let's
style
take it
back then. I'm trying to be the next Mark or Jack.
right.
And then I got demotivated because it wasn't going anywhere. I also have
Yep.
learned that it wasn't going anywhere.
Yep. That we all hit that. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what really makes or breaks streamers
Mm-hmm.
and content creators in general. Is like you get to that moment. Like I was there for 3, 4 years on my YouTube channel. Started streaming Twitch, and then things started picking up a little bit. But you get to the point where you're at the point where you feel like nobody's showing up. Nobody would care if you stop. But it's the people that push through that really, become good creators.
Mm-hmm. Even if they never get big.
Even if they never get big, yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully hopefully they do. Eventually somebody will see it. And
It's always I always say that's why I will do a stream. It's like, you never know who's gonna you never know that time that somebody's gonna pop into your stream and be like, man, this guy's awesome. I wanna, support him, and here's 60,000 people
oh gosh.
starting to watch the content. Like that would be freaking ridiculous. But it happens.
It does happen, and sometimes it takes longer. I mean, one of the other things as content creators that we constantly do, and it's a bad mindset, but we do it, is compare to each other. We do it all the time, and it's hard not to do that. And yeah, that would be kind of scary. What, talking in front of 60,000 people?
You don't think about it.
Exclamation point, fine.
Just do you. That's what they came there for. Just do you. Like nobody's coming in your stream to watch you be somebody you're not. They're coming in your stream because somebody thought you were good enough to, or somebody thought you made good enough content to send their community to.
Yep.
They don't want you to change. They want you to be yourself. Which is a lot of the problem I think a lot of people have. You go back to that comparing people to other things.
Yep.
You try to be somebody you're not. Try to be somebody else's content. I did news segments for a while on my channel all about Pokemon stuff, and I'm like, this is cool. It gets views and everything, but also that's not me.
And sometimes we also have to remind each other of this, and sometimes we forget, and then we get into that mindset, and then it's like,
Yeah.
Because I feel like the other day you were in there, Chaos, and you were like, And if I wasn't, I was at the airport, and if I wasn't at the airport, I would have done the thing that I did Sunday on Saturday.
Right. Like, what you doing? I'm like, oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Come on. Dang.
But because I was at the airport and on mobile.
Right, it's hard to. It costs more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You'd still be the same person to me whether or not you support me financially or not. So the financials do help.
It does.
A lot.
It does and whatnot. And here's what finances do to full-time creators. It allows them to be full-time creators. Because it's like, if they got to focus on another job, that's why you got, the fantastic content like we create. Obviously, there's always room to improve and whatnot, but we make great content. We really do. It's like, but we can't actively do it full-time. I mean, I guess we can, but we're also working other jobs that are making us the money to survive. So we get tired, and yeah. Yo, what's up, Hayden? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, friend.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot, because I'm quitting my job currently because I'm gonna go back to school. It's like I've done, like, last year I basically was part-time school, part-time content creation. And I did both full-time essentially, not part-time both, but 2 full-time jobs essentially. But I wasn't going anywhere, wasn't doing anything, wasn't paying for gas and everything. It was just enough. It was enough to sustain me for what I was doing, and I kind of want that to be the case when I go back this year. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's a great song, that's why it popped in.
Yeah.
But I also know that that's probably not a massive possibility. I mean, the flip side of not looking at finances is you look at finances, you look at interactions with the stream too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at it post stream, you don't look at it during the stream. You look at viewers and stuff, but you can see when days aren't so, not as many people should stop in.
And even sometimes that can be kind of, demotivating, or vice versa. It's like, oh crap. It's, it's also like that. It's like both of us, it's like have, say, for example, we have inactive chats, but we don't know how many people are lurking. It's actually, I think, against both of our rules to tell the view count. Yeah. Yeah, and the numbers aren't accurate either. Like the other day, and I appreciate Tiller rating, but it, and people lurking, and I greatly appreciate that, but that skews the number higher than the average, if that makes sense.
That's why I always like, hey, if you're gonna be lurking, at least jump in the chat, say, type exclamation lurk, or say, I'm gonna be lurking, but I'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you want to jump in and say like, oh, you're talking about my favorite shiny Pokemon. My favorite is Tepig, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Well, if you can jump in one line and jump out, like that's perfectly okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Still
it
here. Hey, I appreciate you, Warrior Goddess. I appreciate it. We appreciate the lurkers though.
Yeah.
100%.
It's part of the reason I like people saying I'm lurking is because I can be like, oh yeah, I see you.
I see you.
Thank you for lurking, and well, I will stop recognizing you. Now you can have fun and hide in shadows.
Well, I remember there was one shiny hunting stream I did. I think it was still in Let's Go, and chat was not very active, which is usually an indicator that not many people are here. But I'm still talking, you got to interact with the stream and whatnot, because people are going to pop in, at random times, check the stream out, and if you're sitting there in silence, people more than likely will not stay. It's like, so I'm sitting there, and it came time to end the stream, and I had a lot of lurkers, let's put it that way. I was like, hi guys, how you doing?
Right. Yeah, for reference of what Jimmy's also talking about here, people decide within the first 10 seconds if they're going to stay on the stream or not.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first 10 seconds, they open your chat. If you're not interactive, you're not talking, and people aren't, they're just going to leave. And I do that all the time, too. I'll be like, oh, this person, like, especially when I'm looking for new raid targets. I'm like, oh, I want to see the thing I look for is not if they have the best setup or they have the best content. I'm looking to see if they're interactive.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are, I'll just say, hey. And if they're not, then yeah.
Shiny hunting streams are glorified just chatting.
Exactly. That's why I like it. Also, it's the only way I would ever shiny hunt. I freaking hate doing it.
Yes, yeah. To be honest, I'm half lurking. I'm just listening to your guys' conversation because it's kind of helped me mentally, if I can read. Good. I'm glad it's helping. I really am glad because, again, my goal always is to improve others. Right. Whether it be one at a time, whether it's all of you watching at once. If I did that, then I'm doing my job.
If you are entertained, or feel better about your life, we did something right.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell my chat to treat the stream like it's an interactable podcast.
Yeah, Reed.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Interactive podcast. I like that.
That's
interactable podcast.
Not sure that's a word,
talk. Hashing talk. Oh, I really do need that read command today.
By the way, if you guys watch the gold silver crystal rotation link with me, Jimmy, and Louie, this is basically what we did for an hour before we started recording.
Yeah, we just
every time talk. Honestly, I like that more than the series, I think. The series was fun, but
I miss talking with Louie.
Yeah, I do too.
Words. Mitch.
Guy.
Mitch is one of my biggest inspirers too. And
I
he
do
knows
say
it.
like if I don't think if I didn't do that series with you guys, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now. Because like I took a lot of inspiration from Louis when it comes to like talking to people, but you also have that mental shtick that keeps you driving too. That I always have in the back of my head.
I just
So,
kind of
like,
keep going. I
Yep,
mean, I have my
exactly.
moments, I take my breaks, but that's also the other thing. It's like you gotta not be afraid to take breaks when you need it. Even if that means missing a month of streams.
Yeah.
It's like, which sucked. I'm not gonna lie, but it was also nice too because I managed to I've realized that this really is what I want to do as my hobby.
Hobby. This is what you want to do for your job.
I mean, I would love to make it my job, but like right now it's a hobby, and I can't treat it as a job. I don't make enough. Excuse me, I don't make it enough to do that, but I'm still gonna work hard at it. It's actually, this is actually the reason why I'm choosing not to get another job, because I've had 2 jobs forever.
Right.
And
It sucks.
now that I'm to the point where I can make that decision, I've decided that I'm not going to get another job, and I'll just do this.
I don't even know how I did it with Twitch. I'll be honest. I wasn't streaming.
What were you saying? Hyper scheduling?
Yeah, I wasn't streaming, but like, I know when I worked 2 jobs a couple summers ago, I was doing a series with 2 where we had 3 episodes a week. I was doing my own series where I had 2 episodes a week, so that's 5 uploads, plus the Saturday stuff that I usually do, so that's a 6 upload, plus working full time pretty much every single day.
Yep.
From 6 to 8, and that's not 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
I still don't. It's ridiculous.
I'd hate to talk finance. How do streamers get anything from Prime subs?
So
we get the full amount as if it's a tier 1 sub, and the way that streamers get paid with subs is that we get half the money. Twitch gets the other half. So a tier 1 sub costs $5. We get $2.50 from it. It's the same with a Prime sub.
It's also why bits are is an easier way to kind of know what you're giving to the streamer, because we get all of the bits, but you're paying a little bit extra up front to Twitch to get said bits. It's like 100 bits is like $1.47 or something like that, I think.
Something like that, yeah. $1.40.
So they get that 47,
Yeah,
they get that $1.40, they get that 40, and we get the dollar. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Depending on who you do that to.
Yeah, or whatever streamer, but the streamer gets 100% of the bits cheered in their stream. So that 5 bits that I did over at Chaos's stream, he gets all 5 cents of that.
I got a nickel. Good thing you're not a musician, because then I have to give you your nickel back.
That's great.
That's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
This is good. You gotta redeem dad joke for that one, Chaos.
I'm the streamer. I can do what I want.
Alright.
That's horrible. Shut up.
That was horrible. It was great. What are you talking about?
I said that, okay? Man. Also, Lewis, I talk finance like all the time.
Yeah, that depends on the streamer you're talking about. No, that's fine though. But yeah, that's how streamers make money off Twitch. That's why you see a lot of streamers really plug the Amazon Prime. It's like it's a free sub to you because you're already paying for Prime. The thing is that you got to renew your Prime yourself every month.
You can auto. I have mine on auto.
Auto Prime?
Yeah. It just takes money out of my account.
Oh. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, you have to redo on
The
Twitch. You have to
sub.
redo the sub.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But yeah.
But
no.
you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, on Amazon directly, I do auto renew as well. Yes. So I get the full amount of bits. So if somebody cheers 500, the streamer gets $5. Yes.
$5. Yes.
So the only other thing is that there is processing fees for affiliates. So affiliates have a little bit taken out for processing fees. Should we ever reach partner, that would go away.
Please give us some partner. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Then we don't have to go to multi-Twitch or CADGuard. We could just stream off.
We can just do a squad stream. That's what it's called on Twitch. Or make that available to the small streamers. Okay, thanks.
Nah, they don't. We don't make them money. So. I was told to paint the windows in the Queen's chambers. They were a royal pain to do.
Boom.
Part of me was like, I want it to be PAIN, but I also know that PANE is the joke. So
yeah.
My brain is in correct mode right now.
Correct mode, yeah.
must correct English. Must correct. I haven't done a robot voice as anybody yet. I got a Courtney. Never mind. I'll take that back. I'll take that immediately back.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say Courtney.
Yeah, she has her own voice. Diantha has her own voice. Cosma has his own voice. I think those are my only 3 characters that have their own voices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Bob. Barry has his own voice. If I do.
Bob. It's 10.
Bob. It's Bob. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to end because good
Enjoying
conversation.
This, but also it's 10:30.
But it's also 10:30, and I gotta work in the morning. But
I don't.
meh.
Oh, not. Sorry.
Nah. I'm watching time. I'm fine.
I'm just here. No work.
Yeah, sadly, it's up to me to end.
I mean, I could be like,
Hashtag
I'm
no
not.
work game.
I had a can of G Fuel in the tall boy G Fuel. I'm here. The really sad part is, like, I guess the can kicked in when I went to sleep last night. 'Cause I sat in bed for an hour thinking about battle strategies.
Chaos went burr.
Like, part of me like, okay, I gotta stop thinking about PDL for a second and go to sleep. I'm like, let's think about something else. And I'm like, but what if I brought this mod? I'm like, no, stop it.
No. I hate that. It's like you're so tired, and then you lay in bed, and then your brain just.
It's like, oh, you wanted to sleep about that? Nope. Part of it is, I think that I know that I'm gonna wake up at a certain like 6:30 in the morning. Like, I know it's gonna happen. So if I don't go to bed, give myself enough time.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's me too. I'll be up. I mean, unless and it depends on what time and how tired I am. Unless I'm like super tired, I also just get up at 6:30, more or less right when the sun comes up.
I found a strategy though. I found a really good strategy for me though, because I give myself like a long time to get ready in the morning. So what I do is I will wake up at like 6:30, right? I will eat breakfast. I will go back to bed for 20 minutes. Rush to get ready and leave my house.
Rush to get. That's fine.
Because part of it is like I'm eating breakfast and I'm tired, and then I go back to sleep for a little bit. You get a little bit more time to you can relax for a little bit, and then you have like that 10 minutes of panic before you have to leave.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, and then you're awake.
Why doesn't the tiredness from the couch or gaming setup transfer to the bed? I don't know. It's because you get up from that and
Yeah, you get up and you're moving.
you're moving. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can do stuff now. Cool. I get that. I've been really enjoying it though, because usually that 20 minutes I would just spend on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Part of my really bad habits is I wake up in the morning, I check my social media. I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, I check my social media.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, like, really nobody's going to be online and posting. Like, there's a few things that go through. But, like, nobody's really going to be online at, like, 12 to 6:30 in the morning. So I don't really have to check it.
Dan will be
Fuck.
tonight. A drive.
The only thing I do check is if it's a DM or if it's an at something for me.
Yeah,
That's the only
I've got,
time
I've got another ping in Discord that.
I can't see my Discord because I apparently hit the F12 button and made my screen full screen
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Must have missed the counter.
Is getting eggs if doing them as it was just hatching, I'd be able to. Oh yeah, no, the collecting of the eggs sucks. 100%. 100%.
Have you tried Lewis doing it where you get a party of 5 and then you just once you hatch an egg you go talk to Karen, get another egg?
Mm-hmm.
Because I tried to do the way that Jimmy's doing it right now and I can't stand that. But the way I do it where I get a party and trade out works for me. Shiny Hoodoo, dang it!
The way I do it works probably better for those longer stepped eggs. Like
Right.
the Dreepies or Grubbins or not Grubbin, Goomies,
Right.
the dragons and everything.
Yeah.
With something like Grubbin, it does. I've had to stop hatching eggs several times so I can catch up on getting eggs. So yeah.
Unless you're crazy. What am I crazy about? You talking about yourself again, huh? Yeah.
I don't see her that much anymore.
Well, job is outside house now, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have job, so saying no one's online at 12:30. I mean, some people are because that's their sleep. Like they, they're that's their downtime, or they're at work, or something.
So no, Lewis, empty your party of everything, collect an egg, then collect another egg until you have a full party. Don't collect any more eggs until the first egg hatches. Rinse and repeat.
Then you go get an egg to replace it. So the goal of it is to have 5 eggs in your party at all times and nothing in the box.
Yeah, make sure your boxes are clear though, because then you're gonna have to clean it and send the Pokemon to the boxes.
Right.
But you're not gonna release. You'll have to mass release later.
Part of my thing is I hate menuing with a burning passion, and so like that saves me from doing. Like, you got your Pokemon, Obviously, you can turn off where you send it. You can just go to your party or whatever, but it saves you from having to click the X button, click the R button, find your Pokemon, take them off the party, put them in the box, put them box on the party, and then close it all.
More or less what I've been doing.
You could just talk to Karen one time, switch a team member out, and keep going.
I tend to stay in my room a lot more recently. Yep, I've noticed. I have noticed.
Have you tried playing Song of Storms in front of the door, and then proceeding to attack with the Master Sword?
I didn't think about that. I do have a sword in my.
I can send you my ocarina. I gotta find it though.
I'm gonna have to hop on Chaos's stream next time that way. Sure, that works.
You see what now?
The Masuda method that we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Just more or
I
less
probably
the way.
won't do it for a long time, but I could probably find a VOD of where I done it and send it to you. Where I've done it. Sheesh, Chaos English.
I did get the Dubai Riel. Yeah, I did. Exclamation point recent. Grubbin not being as nice, but I can't complain.
I found the laddies.
Nice.
So, totally more than 25
I
encounters.
wanna do Unite, but at the same time, it's like I wanna help camp the Yoha. I wanna help my cabin.
What you
And
do
it's
is
like
you
get
get your second switch, and while you're waiting for matches to load up,
right.
shine.
So here is what Chaos is talking about, Lewis. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I don't like doing this, but
Yeah, I know you don't. It's
you gotta have send a boxes manual
right.
in order for this to work, and then, like I said, empty your party, and then fix my bike because it's stupid.
Just do it one time. Just empty your party and just do it one
Yeah.
time through. Okay. Another.
So now
Then-
I'm gonna fill. I'm gonna fill the party. Hold on, let me fix my counter because it indents by 5 right now. I gotta change it to 1. And then you collect eggs to fill your party. So that's 2.
Sorry guys, I don't want to ruin the tutorial. Going up on Jimmy's YouTube channel, like Space.YT in the chat.
Yeah,
How
no,
to-
I understand that. I understand that, Lewis, so much.
Yeah.
Come on, Karen.
It was funny because when they were doing Ghastly Community Day, Nico and I were playing Dead by Daylight. And in between matches, I would just open Pokemon Go.
That's funny.
Be like, I didn't find a shiny. She got tired of me saying it's not shiny Ghastly. Very quickly. Very quickly.
So I just need to get one more egg. Please get another egg before the next one hatches. Okay. So now I have a full party. So now you don't collect any more eggs until one of these hatches. Which probably won't be too long because Grubbin has a very small hatch. So even if she crosses her arms, which she didn't, but...
Don't talk to her. She's Karen, and she wants to speak to your manager. And you don't have a manager, so you can't.
Right.
Yeah. Be funny while you're doing this. You find a shiny.
Oh, it'd be funny as heck. So now,
Like, boom.
she crossed her arms. We have that. Add to your party. And then the Grubbin goes to the box, and the egg goes to the party. And then I'm kind of hoping you don't touch the egg until she crosses her arms again.
The other good thing about it is you don't have a box of eggs to hunt after.
Yeah.
You just
Yo, what's up, Swamp Factor and Sonic? The double raid, yo. Yo. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic stream. Thank you so much for the shout out, Chaos. I really do appreciate it. We're probably near the end of the stream.
See, if we had ended, they wouldn't have been able to raid you.
Nah, it's fine. We're fine.
Stream all the time, friends.
I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day. How was your stream, my friends? Thank you so much. Trainers of the Internet Raid Party. I love that. I love that. It's all good. We'll still be live for a little bit. No shinies for me because my chat keeps taking the shiny luck. I've seen that. Sand Trooper Calypso. How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
It's not green. The shiny is not green, so I don't have luck. Shiny Hoodoo, dang it. I want one, please. Please give me the Hoodoo.
So, Lewis, does that make sense to you on what I'm doing?
If not, I'll
I
send you
recorded
mine.
that. Oh, yeah, no. That's fine. I don't care. It's on the internet anyway. No clue on how I haven't been already following. Hey, you follow when you need to, my friend. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so like right there, she's crossing her arms. I have a full party of eggs. Don't take it. It's tempting, but don't take it.
Don't touch. No touch.
No touchy.
You want to know what Jimmy's doing? He's explaining how I do mystery egg hunts.
I'm not a fan of this method. I feel
Which
it
is-
takes too long to hatch the eggs.
I feel it takes too long, but it actually doesn't.
Me and Sonic got a few other DAs, no shinies. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you had a good stream, though. Really do appreciate it.
What are you
For
going
those
for
of
in
you
DAs?
coming... What's that?
What are they going for in DAs?
Yeah, what were you guys going for? Exclamation point multi, by the way. It's the other voice in my head.
Hello? What? I thought I was just a voice in your head. No, I'm not in your head. I'm above you. I'm in your ceiling.
Oh, yeah. You were in the ceiling.
One of these days, I'm gonna say that. And like, I'm good. We're gonna be in a voice call, and you're just gonna see me fall through the ceiling. It's gonna be great. It'll happen. I've done enough stage falling that I can not take damage from it.
That is hilarious.
I will not have to roll a d4 of damage. Don't worry about it.
I got a scissor point. I got a scissor point for Luxray hanging with Sonic. Yo, GG's Calypso. Nice. That is awesome. And then you do it again. And there you go. So I've done a full thing for grubbing. No, thank you. That is not the way I like to do it. Because again, here's the other problem. Now I got all these grubbing to get rid of. Which I'm going to do right here, right now.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about how many Lucaria, how many Riolu and whatever else on my last Masuda hunt that I did or in my boxes stuff. I haven't cleared out.
I'm going to try to help Greninja get back on their feet. I have no doubts that the Greninja and everybody are going to be fine. So good luck. Thanks so much for the raids. I really do appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your night, my friend.
Yo, Cabin Charizard, we representing, right? Secret fifth. One where we don't get any shiny points. That'd be Cabin Skull where I just goof off and don't do anything correctly.
Yeah. So now this is the way I like to do it. Just send it to the box and catch all 5 at once.
Yeah, Big Bad Guzma's here. Greetings, my cowering public.
Yo, you know what's playing right now?
It's Team Skull music?
Yeah.
Boom. Like I knew that.
Team Skull leader Guzma music.
That's pretty...
That's hilarious.
Yo, the universe just meant that to happen, man. One of these days, yo, I gotta get a Guzma cosplay.
I got
we gotta go to a con, and you gotta be, and I gotta be Guzma.
I'm okay with that.
Like it's gotta happen.
I'm okay
Some
with
point.
that. My goal for next year is to go to TwitchCon. Hopefully it happens.
I want to go to PAX.
You want to go to PAX?
Specifically, want to go to PAX East.
PAX East. All right.
It'll be close. It'll be close. Like,
Yeah, no, it'll be close. It's about 4-hour drive from where I currently am.
I live in Boston. What are you talking about? Just kidding. I don't actually. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
No, you live in El Paso.
Right. PAX South it is. No.
Yeah, it'll be PAX South, yeah, instead.
It's in Austin, I think, right?
It's
in Dallas. Might be
No, it's not in Dallas.
I want to say it's Austin.
I actually don't know. It's not in Dallas.
Where is PAX South held?
I want to say San Antonio. San Antonio.
That's the why you know be good. Hit the wrong button again. Saying like something 3,000 some miles to the south. I'm like,
remember when he had a class plan to go to PAX East as a field trip, right? The school said no, Lewis. Can't imagine why.
Yes. It'd be cool. Like, I think it's one thing to be like, you know, talking to people online, but also to get to meet those people IRL. Just like, at this point, I don't even know if Jimmy's a real person.
I'm a real person. Wolfos can confirm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's definitely interesting. I said interesting.
He said it. He said the thing.
But I didn't think Wolfos would be the first person I met from the community. I seriously thought it was gonna be you.
I haven't met anyone from the community. I haven't
Yeah,
met anyone
so
who was exclusively
my-
came from Twitch
Yeah,
first.
my goal is to have you as number 2, though.
Ugh. Oh no.
Maybe.
Why not? Why not number 6? I like that one better.
You want to be 6? I mean, I can
No.
I can hold off.
Me too. I'll take 2.
Why am I dropping frames? I think my internet's finally saying it's like, hey, Jimmy, go to
Go
bed.
Bed forehead. I mean, he has you actually have a list, like a written list.
Have a list of what? Wait, what?
People you want to meet.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm going to be honest, if I wasn't in the middle of a job transition, I would have met Tiller and a bunch of people from
Oh yeah,
the
they
Pokemon
did that,
community.
right?
And they went to
Lar
Raleigh,
and
North
Sam.
Carolina. I would have
You
made
went
that
to-
drive.
You could have picked me up. Maybe.
Maybe.
You don't know where I live. I live somewhere in the United States, that's all you know.
Somewhere United States that's in Eastern time zone.
Yo,
That's all we know.
that's all you get. Live just outside Chicago.
I don't think you're as south as Florida, but I don't know.
No, Florida sucks. Florida sucks.
East, but south? South from here, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not very much north from here.
That's fine.
Need to head out. Yo, Calypso, I appreciate you stopping by. Much appreciated.
These probably are ending soon.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna find a
end.
shiny at $26.99. Don't worry about it. Could be grubbing. They're just gonna get all the channel points. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna get all the channel points, yeah. Am I the only one that voted yes?
Probably.
I only put 100 down, too. There's like 1.4k on no. That's gonna be a heck of a payout for me.
I mean, the
Let me
thing
see,
is,
what was it? It was 1900. I get 1 in 19.
oh my gosh.
Put 100, I get 1,019. I get 1,900 back. Yo, hashtag gambling.
I know what the thumbnail is for today now. That I looked at the heart gold thumbnail on my screen.
Yeah.
Same one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good after this batch. I'll let you get to 2,700, but that'll be
I'm not getting the 2,700. I just told you I'm finding
Right,
it
yeah.
at $26.99.
yeah. Gotcha.
Close.
Goldine Bat, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on into the Tortuga Show. I had to
Like, what
like
did
triple make sure that I.
Shiny Hoodoo. Oh, that would have been awesome. It's so
Yeah,
good.
no, that would have been awesome.
I lost my mind.
That's how Jimmy's gambling addiction. No, I don't have a gambling addiction. I have a gift sub addiction.
You do. Alright. 27 is split bug, not shiny. Cool. I'm done.
All right,
Calling it.
one more hatching.
Last one. Here we go.
I think there's one more.
Save.
You cannot soft reset eggs. No. Once
Yeah, it's
once
the
Karen
beginning, yeah.
crosses her arms, or Sharon, wherever you are, once the nursery later crosses her arms, the shiny egg, the shininess of the egg is good. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I'm feeling just ending today. I'm tired, but I don't know.
Do it. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do a thing.
You're gonna do a thing? Alright.
Yeah.
I'm good. Well, why Chaos is doing a thing? Raid Chimage Tortuga. Why?
Just do it. We just raid each other and then just end.
Raid each other?
Just
And then
end.
we end?
Yeah.
And then we end? Alright, we're gonna do some weird shenanigans here. Guys, thank you so much for coming out into the stream. I really do appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Chaos, thanks for joining me on Impromptu. We're just gonna do
Yay.
some random things.
Tell him not behind on recording now.
Yeah. Wow, you guys are awesome. Guys, make sure you go check Chaos out. I am saying he is ending. We're ending. But
dude.
yeah,
You can check this both. Check out
so
Jimmy.
we're just having some fun here, guys. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and I will be back tomorrow. Chaos will be back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow.
We'll just be back tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Ready? 3, 2,
2, 1,
1.
boop.
Boop.
Hit stop.